was born in it.
Let's go. The name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, be sure to hit that like button. Share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. This including the ice wall, baby. The Cowboys are a well-balanced machine. Plus more analysis and Q&A. Appreciate each and every last one of you all for rocking with the nation. Let's go. As the room fill up, let's continue to grind to shine. Yep. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation groove from yours truly, DC, for life, not for short. Come on, let's get it. I know you crunk with it. Come on. We rockin', let's go to the nation, baby. Audio check, let me know if you guys can hear. Audio check, let me know if I'm too loud, let me know before we go. Come on.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
Yep.
In the heat of controversy, he don't
Come on.
miss.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much, man, for jumping in. The name is Law Nation. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content on multiple platforms. Let's get this thing going. Everybody know that the Cowboys, hey, we're 5-2, not 2-5, and we got 10 more games to go. And listening in to Jerry Wayne and things, it feels as if everything is okay, right? Appreciate you, Diggs. Appreciate you on the Twitch. Thank you for being part of this as well. Lord Nova, thank you for being part of this. Shout out to the Facebook community, Facebook SWAT up, share gang. As we all know, HBOs. Appreciate y'all so much for jumping in. I heard Jerry said some more nonsense. Let's listen to Jerry. Let's listen to Jerry. Let's go ahead and kick it off that way, huh, Cowboy Nation? And then we would listen to, I think it was Peter King. Yeah, he was talking about the fact that this team is well balanced, and I want to talk about that, and we want to get into that, and then we will open up the phone lines for you all. So I really appreciate each and every last one of you all. Let's get it. Let's grind. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. And let's
overall thoughts on the win on Sunday against the Lions with your game recap.
Well, first of all, that score is misleading. That was a much, much tougher game and was hanging in the balance in my mind, and I think in everybody's mind. That great play that Parsons made to catch the guy on the goal line and get the ensuing fumble. Until that point right there, we were in harm's way, to say the very least. And so the game was a real physical. It took its toll on us, but a game that we got better. We're a better team having played it.
Now, that's some objective analysis. Yes, the score doesn't determine the real game. If you was out there, it's one thing. If you watched it, it was another. The Cowboys fought through. It's good to win games. I get it. A lot of people like to water down the Cowboys' victory. They like to put a lot of that on the Cowboys and saying, hey, we haven't beaten anyone, and they glorify other teams, right? All I heard from week one is that, from the Eagles community and all of the pundits and the critics, hey, man, the Lions was a difficult task. That's why they put up 35 points. That's why it was a tight game. That's why they only won the game by 3 points. But in return, the Cowboys go play that same team and win for more than 3. And now all of a sudden, oh, man, that's the Lions, you know. That's what you're supposed to do. And I heard before, hey, we beat the Giants. The Giants will be undefeated if we haven't played them, right? And they would say, it's the Giants, man. That ain't nobody. Then the Giants kept winning, right? And now they look back at it and say, hey, that's what the Cowboys are supposed to do. So if we're looking for credit, we're not going to get credit. You'll never find it, right? The Cowboys are always viewed upon and judged upon differently. Even at this start of being 5-2, don't you guys know the last time the Cowboys put together on the first half of the season, or the first part of the season, like we did back-to-back now, was since 94-95 season, right? And that's many a moons ago. I digress. Let's listen to more of what Jerry had to say.
But I think we had a formidable quarterback we were playing. He
Shout out to you,
can
Leon.
have his moments on given plays. He can make some. He's got a quick release, got an accurate arm in terms of what he presents as a passer.
Right.
And their defense gave us a lot to deal with. And so I feel good that we've got a win here there Sunday that really helped put a foundation under this team.
What were your thoughts at the half?
Appreciate you. Is it Daichi? Appreciate you. What's up, Law Nation? How about them Cowboys? Appreciate you. Appreciate you for the support. Morning blessings to all lovely ladies of the Cowboy Nation. Shout out to you, Big Sarge. Appreciate you, too. All right, let's go.
It was a 6-3 game, super low scoring, not something that we have been accustomed to. What was your thoughts at halftime?
I thought we could play better, and felt that, frankly, without making any adjustments, I knew the game plan, I knew what we were trying to do. I thought we could, I really did thought if we stuck with what we were trying to do when we entered the game, that some good things would happen. We of course, you always need that proverbial turnover, but we just needed to keep some drives going, and we need to make some third downs. And so whatever you set up to start the game certainly anticipates some third down success, and we weren't having it, but I thought we could get it.
Jerry, what were your expectations for Dak's game going into this one? Like, did you expect there to be a lot of rust? Because he hasn't really played, 7 quarters his entire year?
Yeah, we were going to emphasize the game was to emphasize some play action. We did that right off the bat. We missed that first pass. I think
Brown.
he missed that pass like he missed it. That could happen to him at any time. I don't say rust there. I just say he'll hit that pass 9 out of 10 times. The play was the perfect one to open the game with. It had him rolling out. That's when he does his best work. So I liked it. It kept him out of that pocket to start things off, which I thought was a good place for him. But I felt like we were going to be able to run the ball against their defense. And when you look at it, we ultimately did.
Jerry Jones.
All right, man. We got some breaking news right now. The Cowboys just signed a free agent cornerback, Kendall Sherfield, to the practice squad, according to the rap sheet. So let's see if we can pull him up. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's see if the rap sheet. What's that dude? Ian Rappaport, that's his name? Yeah. This is Ian Rappaport. And what I would do is, as soon as I'm finished with this live, we would do a film analysis of him. And it goes from here. The Cowboys are expected to sign the free agent cornerback Kendall Sheffield to their practice squad. Sources said that as the former Falcons/Texans defender is potential to help give the aid basically to the loss of Jordan Lewis. You know, we got guys already. We got Nashawn Wright, right? We got Kelvin Joseph. We even have my guy, what's his name? Bell, Marquise Bell. We have guys that can Izzy. He can play down inside. So we got a lot of guys, believe it or not. But this is pretty much making sure that you tie up your loose ends here and bring in somebody for depth. I haven't seen his tape, so yeah. So we would figure this out and get things going the best way possible. And we got Dayron Bland. Dayron Bland will be. Let me see if I can. Yeah, Dayron Bland will be the actual starter here, and I truly believe that he earned every play out there, you know, for him to be the starter. Shout out to Dayron Bland, next man up. We can't wait to see him play this weekend. You know what? I'm predicting already. Dayron Bland will have an INT. He would literally have an INT. But shout out to my guy that's on Instagram, the Phi Talk. He's always got some great stuff, man. And he jumped up on my notification bell of this right here. So that's the update for right now. I can't wait to look at his film and show you guys what he brings to the table. But the Cowboys signed, about to sign Kendall, and hopefully, man, we'll see what he's good at and see what he's bad at or what have you, and we'll cross everything up from there. If you guys, yes, sir, the Phi Talk always bring in some great information, man, and he's second to none on the IG, so be sure to check him out. Was Izzy any good? Yeah, John G. Izzy is really good. I do like his skill set. He improved. I mean, you know, if you had any reservations on the Izzy tape, last season, it was his tackling. Hey, he'd have got 15 to 20 pounds on his frame or muscles, and he's been phenomenal. It's just hard to find spot on the field when you have a Jerron Kearse and you have a Dono, you know. So when you have guys like that, it makes it more difficult for you to get playing time. And let me see if I can pull up that illustration from my guy, the Phi Talk, man, sports, especially the Phi Talk Cowboys on Instagram. So give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can build a plane as we fly. Bam, here we go. I ain't that bad at it. I ain't that bad at it, baby. Look, now I got to get it off my face. Here we go. Bam, see, boy, update. You know, I had the music and everything. Come on, get on right. Get right here. So that's him right here. So I can't wait to see him and look at his film. And I look, Law loved the underdog. I love knowing that in this sport and in this game, if you continue to work on your craft, right, you'll get recognized. And now this dude, he's going right into a system and a situation. Whereas now you can look back at this and say to yourself, he's in a good spot, Kendall. Even if he just going to be saying, hey, man, you want water? You want warm water, cool water? What you want? You want a towel? You know, even though he's going to be the water boy for right now in the practice squad, right? So let's go, Kendall Sheffield. So stay tuned. We'll do some analysis and some film reviews on him as soon as I end this stream. So appreciate you guys so much for jumping in. Let's listen to more of Jerry Jones.
Jones with Sean and RJ recapping the win over the Lions on 105.3 The Fan. Jerry, do you have an amount of games in your mind that you think it'll take Dak to feel his 100% self in terms of rhythm and timing?
Oh, I think you've if there is that, as that game wore along, I think he went in that direction. He did not digress. He went in that direction, and my opinion is that he will anything that he had to deal with relative to not having been out there for 5 games. This game, he'll address that.
Yep.
He's the kind of player. He's the kind of quarterback that can take what he wasn't satisfied with, and he can improve on that game. He can do it practice to practice.
How's his hand feeling after playing an NFL regular season game?
Absolutely has no adverse aspects to it. That hand will be better if it needed to be. It'll be better next week or better tomorrow than it was this past week. So I think you're going to see that more and more not be a factor if there's not a re-injury someplace.
Mm-hmm. So, Jerry, I think RJ and myself are in the minority, but this formula of defense and running the ball, we're a little bit worried about it because it seems like the margin for error is so thin that you're going to be in closer games versus trying to go out, air it out, and score 30 with this defense. Tell us why we're dumb.
Well, I don't think you're dumb, but I think that's what you're going to get when you get to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You'd better be ready to play that way when you get to the playoffs. You need to be able to run it. You're going to be in close games more than likely. Things are tighter fits all the way around. I think we're practicing playoff football.
Jerry, speaking of playoff football, it felt like you guys had been really good in the third and short areas, and then it was a problem the other day. How much of an issue do you view it where people say, stop running it outside, don't get too cute, just give it to Zeke right up the middle on some of these third and shorts? How do you view that?
Well, he bounced out on the one run that's so vivid in our minds. He bounced out, and they got him outside when he bounced out. But just know this. Third and short is as probably a focused on aspect of football coaching as you can have.
No doubt, no doubt. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody. We Locked On Nations, he says, Odell Beckham Jr. for the $10 super chat. Well, let me give you right here. At this point, you got until November the 1st, right? That's when the trade deadline is here. And before we get into the short distances of the Cowboys or what the Cowboys been doing so far, it goes to show you that the Cowboys in general need to work on those short distance. And I wish that they were to dive a little bit deeper into the aspect or the analysis of, do you feel as if Kellen Moore can craft up better play designs on short distance? That should have been the question versus what they talked about far as is the team bouncing out on the outside or what have you on third and short or whatever, short distances. I felt watching the previous game that the Cowboys looked more comfortable on 3rd and 5 or even 3rd and 6 versus 3rd and short. That's the craziest thing, huh? Or I'm the only guy that feels that way, you know? So it is what it is at this point. The Cowboys, we got a long way to go, not a short way to go when we look at this film. But to my guy, we on Lock Nations, leave no stone unturned. Teams that's below 500 or teams that need to reinsure themselves for the season, try to trade, right? Try to sell promises. Because at one point, you'll be selling, hey, we going to the playoff. But when that is all shut down, when you don't see a gleam or light, then teams start to say, hey, you know what? We're going to get rid of said players to get things in return, right? Case in point, the Panthers. Now, all of a sudden, the Panthers beat the Tampa Bay, but that's a story of another day. I want to bring up the fact that even the Broncos, now they're talking about, hey, let's start to look at the assets that we have, and let's see if we can sell off some of these guys. So you got Hamlin over there, you got Jerry Jeudy, Bradley Chubb, or whatever that man's name. They are now fielding phone calls for those guys, according to sources. So it may not just be Odell Beckham, but it could be someone else that you can bring in or that you can pick up the phone. But the thing is with the Dallas Cowboys, 9 times out of 10, they will look at this situation an opportunity to say to themselves, we good, we straight, we like the guys that we have, right? So I don't see a possibility of anything of that nature happening. Appreciate you guys. Good morning to all of y'all. From Gregory, he says, good morning, Law and the mods. Yes, we will beat the Bears. That's a fact. This is from Arturo. Yes, we would talk about some of that. Supposed to talk about the oppositions on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But I think I kicked it off too early this morning on my static post that I said, hey, we got to be mindful of Eberflus. You know, Coach Eberflus, he do know the Cowboys in and out, but we would get to that. Let's finish up listening to Jerry.
Across the board, the quarterback sneak aspect of it, how much to run your quarterback, what to do relative to how it's blocked, even discussing if someone other than the quarterback ought to be doing it if it's quarterback sneaking. It is one of coaches and coaching's premier points that they invest a lot of time in. It's that way because it is a challenge. And, you say, well, the route when you get 3rd and 2 becomes real even on the stats as to whether you ought to run or pass. I like to keep it on the ground. I like to personally. I like to make a 6 inches. I don't like handing it off 3-4 yards deep. But that seems logical to me. That's not necessarily that isn't borne out by the stats.
How many times did they just call the QB sneak behind Jones at Arkansas?
Well, I'll tell you what, it had to be on a pulling play because I pulled 99% of the time.
That's Jerry. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Coach Jerry. Oh, my God. It's Coach Jerry Jones. All right, so he did say a lot of things that when it's short, he liked to run it. He liked to keep it on the ground. And we see the differences in the philosophy from Kellen Moore. He liked to get exotic with it. He liked to get freaky with it. Freaky Kellen Moore, doing a little too much to me or for me. And what we got to see here, Cowboy Nation, is that those are 2 different thought tracks, right? So I'm quite sure just as mad as we are, Jerry Jones should be, but pride, baby, it comes real tall, and it's hard to knock pride down. And when you look at it, there's no way that we can see this game and see Kellen Moore and say, all right, getting a little too cute, right? And it's okay for us to say that, right? He's getting a little too cute with some of these plays designed. And we also get a chance to see the fact that this particular team and staff got to understand that we still going through growing pains with Kellen Moore. All right, look, show of hands if you guys don't think that he's not going through growing pains. There only a few will hold their hands up. This dude is going through a lot of growing pains right now, and it's crazy. Come on, let's go.
Really?
My block was just about the fullback's block, which I had played the year before and started. My block was out in front of them or in their feet out at linebacker if I didn't have a man over me. I was in trouble when the guy got right over me.
Jerry Jones here on 105.3.
I weighed 182 pounds when I got to start in Cotton Bowl out here for the Razorbacks when I was a senior. Yeah.
He needs some milk.
Wow, 182 pounds, Jerry Jones. Come on, man. But hey, it is what it is. Shout out to Jerry, man. That's many a moons ago. Football players back in those days could have been a whole lot lighter. And he's 80, so put that in perspectives. But 182, I could see some people right now say, man, I was 182 in middle school. Oh, my gosh, man. It's crazy, huh? Crazy.
them out too much there on the 3rd and 6 inches.
Jerry, we have to talk about our player of the game was one of your draft picks, and he wreaked havoc in only 12 snaps. Talk about the development and the journey so far for Sam Williams up front and the game he had.
When I think of Sam Williams, I just picture just running. I don't know when I've seen a player run as well and run as much as he does. And he'll go from sideline to sideline, run as long as you want him to all day long.
All day long.
And he's got the size to go with it. But those to take advantage of that size and being able to run and his quickness is but really what is his skill, if you will. And he's a guy that has evolved as a pass rushing weapon when he was at school.
Yep.
And he's just starting to take it to another level. And Dan and the leadership out there with the Quinn and the leadership of the coaches have got him pegged right. They
do.
See his skill and are using it. And so I'm excited about Sam Williams, what he adds to really he's unique in terms of adding that speed run to our defense and especially our pass rush.
Man, it was a shame, man. When Sam Williams was drafted, there were so many people. They said, oh, man, the Cowboys reaching for him, man. You know, the Cowboys, man, he ain't got no band. He ain't got no he one-trick pony. You know, I've seen so much hate from some Cowboys community, from other sides of the table when Sam was drafted. And I was like, man, hey, chill. This dude, literally, he crisscrossed Charles Cross, right? I mean, he put Evan Neal's in a blender. I was looking at the potentials, and a lot of people were looking at if that's all he's going to be from his college tape. And I was sitting there telling people like, no, give this kid a chance to get in this philosophy and scheme. And you got Dan Quinn right there. He needs something to help this team out. You know, Jackie Price says our fan is the worst. They was he could have got such and such, you know. The Cowboys, they reached for him, man. You know, he could have got him in the 3rd or the 4th, you know. But I was like, nah, man. Sam is that dude. And if you just take your time and just understand that he was an outside linebacker, right? He played linebacker for the Ole Miss, and then they converted him over to that edge rusher, still played on his side there. But one thing you can't just go into you probably can now, you know, due to these the human box that's out there. That's God-given talent is speed, though, right? 4.4 speed, you can literally see it out there on the field. And what I saw when I was out there in training camp and got a chance to see some of the practices is the flip-flop game. Charles Haley being able to help assist with the development in the process of good Sam. So I like those type of things, Cowboy Nation. What we got to stop doing is this right here. You see a player from what they do on a college level or collegiate level and say that's all who they are, right? Give them time to develop. Give them time to grow and understand that this defense is different. This defense will bring the pain. And matter of fact, let me put some highlights of it while we talking, you know, building a plane, right? Yeah, let's do that right quick, because I do understand that when you look at this dude tape, you have to sit back into your mind and say, man, the Cowboys defense is something real. This dude, he flies off to the edge. He gets around. He got the shoulder dip now. He bends. Hey, he ain't afraid to put the body slam on him, you know, and then flex on him. And this is what we needed, right? That extra force. And what if I told you guys? What if I told you Let me find my deal here. That we got more reinforcements coming. Basham is coming, right? So it's difficult for Sam to even get time. But, man, when you think about it, shoot, it's about to get nasty. But his defense, his rotation is unique. It's very unique. And it's something that we can all sit back and say to ourselves, you got to be proud of.
Jerry, did you? I'm sure you saw the Monday night game last night. The Bears obviously playing. You guys next week. Do they, after seeing that, maybe present more problems than you initially thought with how well their offense played?
Well, I know the coach well. He was here forever, and doing a great job, by the way, and was in my mind destined to be head coach. And I'm sure he would say the same thing if he were on this show with you. It's a dream for him to be coaching the Chicago Bears. And so I was really proud for him last night. That was a big win for them. And it just shows you that every time we line up, we've got what we're dealing with in the first half out here the other day. There's going to be nobody that can't step up there and win these games. And so that's where we are. That's the life we live, so to speak. And it's exciting. It's the most balanced that I've seen it in the NFL, I believe, since I've been involved.
Yeah. Now, what I got hit for on Twitter and getting beat up by some people all throughout the landscape of the Cowboys is from an objective analysis approach, right? And I'm not here to say, hey, I'm right or I'm wrong, but I'm just trying to draw in the context of Eberflus. Man, I think that he was offered the role that Chris Richard was given to be the co-defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, and let what was the guy named Rob Marinelli be the actual defensive coordinator, but he just be the co. And I really, really respected Matt Eberflus for saying, you know what, I ain't gonna rock that way. You know what I'm saying? I would rather go on my own, right? And I put a post out there. Now, you can barely see it on this one. Let me see if I go to my Twitter. I put it on my Twitter. And y'all bear with me. We building the plane as we fly. And we go right here. Here we go. I literally said, if anything, I know for sure Coach Matt Eberflus knows how to gear up for his team to play the Dallas Cowboys, especially Dak Prescott. The Cowboys versus Bears game should not be overlooked. Remember, Coach Eberflus was the defensive coordinator for the Colts game. I'm not being negative when I say this, Cowboy Nation, but what I'm saying is that this dude knows the tendencies, knows the understanding of what the Cowboys try to do. On top of that, I know it's a whole different team, two different teams. Matter of fact, we can make the arguments now. Which team had a better offense, the 2018 Cowboys or the 2022's Cowboys? You see what I'm saying? Like, would you rather have the 2018 Cowboys offense? You know, and the thing is, before that time frame, when the Cowboys figured things out, remember in 2018, that's when they had the doggone wagon, the punch bowl, the hat, the T-shirt that said Hot Boys. You know, they had Hot Boy this, Hot Boy that. The defense, remember? Everybody was talking about the defense. But what Eberflus gave to that defense, even though he was on the defensive side of the coin, but what he told the offensive coordinator, hey, they can't stop the run. And that was ultimately the blueprint on how to slow down the Cowboys. I truly believe that if we never played the Colts in the regular season that year in 2018, because nobody understood how to slow down the Cowboys that year after we got Amari Cooper, Then the Rams are like, you know what? We can't go match flow to flow with these guys or blow to blow with these guys. We gonna run the ball on the Cowboys. And they ran all through us, right? Hey, was that dude for the Colts? Marlon Mack, whatever that man name was. Shoot, he was like Barry and Emmett. So we look at this game against the Bears, and we'll talk more of the details Wednesday or Thursday. Is that I'm putting it out there now. Y'all don't think that my message get heard? And I'm not this dude to walk around with his chest out. But these guys, they're listening. Hey, man, yeah, man, Law got a point right there, man. We ain't finna overlook. Now, I'm not saying that these teams or the Cowboys overlook anyone. But this should be a situation that the Cowboys get geared up to play. And you got to smother them and shut them out early. You do. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not worried about the Bears, no. But I'm saying, hey, have you ever, ladies and gentlemen, get mad at the weatherman for telling the forecast? You know, that's all he's doing. He just reading the forecast. Hey, slightly chance of thunderstorms. And sometimes the weatherman be wrong because God got the ultimate control of everything. But he's at least telling you there's a 90% chance of rain. And some of you guys will walk out there and say, or if it could be a 95% chance of rain. And some of you guys say, no, I'm good. And the ladies will know. The ladies say, no, if you that bold and cocky, I can still get my hair done. I don't need an umbrella. Shoot. Especially if she a sister. And that if she a sister and she get her hair done, and you talking about, hey, 95% chance of rain, shoot. She ain't going to go out there without that umbrella. She going to listen to that weatherman. Right. So y'all let me know if I'm wrong. All I'm saying is that you just got to be prepared. Make sure you bring your umbrella. Make sure you bring your rain gear. You know, that's all I'm saying. Don't shoot the messenger. You know, Sam Rose said, "Stop law." You know, I'm telling the truth. You know, that weather shoe. You fool around and get that silk press, and then you fool around, walk out there and say, "No, I'm good." Oh, you ain't read the weather report? Oh, I'm good. And then all of a sudden it's raining. You get mad at the weatherman. No, get mad at yourself. Get mad at yourself. I done told you what's going to happen. So just be prepared. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. So when we play against those Bears, understand that in my opinion, and this is my opinion, Justin Fields is a better thrower of the ball than Jalen Hurts. Right? And Jalen Hurts may have a little wiggle to his run, but Justin Fields can wiggle out that thing too and run. So we got to be prepared for those RPO actions. We got to be prepared. We got to be ready for it, right? And this is a good test for the Cowboys midseason to showcase that we are ready for those running type of quarterbacks. Let's listen to more of this right quick. Y'all okay?
Are these games before the bye week kind of nerve-wracking, just from a focus standpoint, that a lot of teams can fall into a trap?
Yeah, you could say that because you look at situations and you say, boy, in a way, if this player is nicked up, and many are nicked, then you could have a 2-week rest or 2-week break in there for him to mend, and that can sway you a little bit on playing a player that's right on the edge. And we had our big weekly personnel meeting yesterday, and the word, we'll have him. If we can get him to the bye week without him getting nicked or maybe not expose him, then we'll really have a good chance for the rest of the year to have a healthy player. That's the one area I think that in planning ahead, that bye week could influence your decision.
Jerry Jones here on 105.3 The Fan. One more question about last night with Justin Fields.
One more.
Running around. You've talked about Dak running, maybe not wanting to have him expose himself to injury because you know what happens a lot of times with a backup quarterback, except if you have Cooper Rush.
Hey, before he say this point, man, I don't like Kellen Moore's run designs with Dak Prescott. I like when Dak Prescott ad-libs and run, but I do like the new modern Dak Prescott. Whereas if he can gash you a little bit with the run, get out of bounds, right? Like run, get out of bounds, don't lower your shoulder. Let's not play fullback Dak, you know. I do like the fact that he keep his eyes downfield and then just try to hit the open target or throw in the area. And if you don't see anything, throw it out of bounds, right? Look, let's not play hero ball. Let's go into this game and run the ball with your running backs, right? Not with Dak. Not with Dak right now. I just look at this team, and that's not me saying that I'm in fear of Dak being injured because of he's running the ball. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, for one, I don't like Kellen Moore's running design plays with Dak. And I don't like the fact that they try to get everybody involved that's outside of Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard when it's time to run. Like, if they can just sit and ask Jerry this one question right here. Like, we definitely need a wide receiver that can take the top off the defense. And all we see every Sunday or Monday night, whatever time we turn on the TV to watch the Cowboys play, a guy that wears number 9, Kavonte Turpin, that the only time that you use him on the offense is in the running back category. When are you going to put this man on a wide receiver route? Because I'm looking at Kavonte Turpin now. Is he listed as a running back or a wide receiver, right? Use this man as a wide receiver. Don't use this man as a running back because they only do the jet, the double reverse. Look, use him as a wide receiver. Put him inside the slot and say, go. You wearing number 9, run the 9. You know, that's what I would. Matter of fact, I'll be so boldly. So when number 9 come out, I'm yelling, 9, right? And I'm sending him on a 9 route.
How do you view the running quarterback in today's game, Jerry, with the investments that you have to make in them, in Hurts and Lamar and Kyler and Justin Fields? How do you view the investment in the quarterback that runs a lot?
Well, I think it's inevitable that a running quarterback will be dealing with some injuries.
Yeah.
I think that's inevitable. And we're trying in our rules in determining when the whistle's blown, when determining the definition of hitting the quarterback. But we've got it available for them to slide. We've got a lot of that mechanism. But I think you can see.
Hold on, before we go. Aztec Aguilar 04 says he need to put on more weight if they want to use him as a wide receiver. I disagree. I think by the Cowboys using him as a decoy would work, but using him as that jet sweep only guy, as that running back, you have bigger guys to fall on him, like the quote-unquote defensive edge guys, linemen, as well as linebackers. But if you use him as a wide receiver when he gets to that next level, you got lighter guys that's only like 15, maybe pounds more than him, like your safeties and your cornerbacks. So I think if they fool around and read that jet sweep right, and that linebacker, don't let it be Roquan Smith or one of those other linebackers out there or one of those edge guys to come hit him. It's going to be. You know, a 155-pound guy, he fooled around and get shoulder to shoulders with one of those guys like an edge guy. To hit him square up. It's just over with. It's good night, Irene. You know, so I think that if you send him on a few fly routes, a skinny post down the field or something like that, where it's him versus a lighter body cornerback, I think that he will have a more opportunity. But I'm not pointing you out, Aguilar. I truly like that statement there from your thoughts there. But I would rather for him to at least be used on a fly route at least once a game. At least look. There's 4 quarters. Can I get 1 quarter, 1 throw to Kavonte Turpin down the field?
The attempt in the NFL to give that quarterback some room and become a dual threat, run plus throw. And then take your risk, team, when you decide you're going to have them out there, because they will get hit and hit good in a different way than in the pocket. I still believe, even though we lost Dak to a run to the outside, I still believe the pocket is the most dangerous area for the quarterback, and where you've got more chances to control that because of landing on them, protection in the head, those type of things. That gives you a chance to do it, yet still have your defense with the ability to make some big plays when the quarterback has the ball. To discuss it comes out of both sides of your mouth and sounds pretty ambiguous, but that's what you got. And it's such an important part of a team's success and the league's success. As I said earlier, we'll always be striving to come up with the right way to call those hits on the quarterback.
Well, I'm going to say this once again. The hit by Ryan Logan on Dak Prescott was a freak accident. Just very freaky. Ryan Logan, or Logan Ryan, whatever his name is, you guys can tell me what his name is, Ryan Logan Ryan, when he tackled Dak Prescott, he wasn't big enough to tackle Dak Prescott, so he hog-tied him. You know, that if you really want to get cute with the NFL, you should not allow hog tackles, hog ties or whatever, tripping of the quarterback by jumping on his back to bring him down. But then again, that could be a crazy rule because not all quarterbacks are built like Dak, So there goes to show you that, it was just a freak accident. And just like we've seen in this past game, where is Logan Ryan? Appreciate you, Jared. We've seen in this past game that Zeke got hit in the knee. Terrible look, right? And he had enough synovial fluid to bounce back up, right? We've seen Dalton Schultz catch a ball and got his leg all tied up. I thought that man was going to be I said, man, Schultz, that looked terrible, man. But, he had enough synovial fluid, whatever that is, in the knee area. So, sometimes football is a brutal sport, but when you try to get too many rules in it, you're going to end up looking at two-hand touch. You're going to end up, because, for example, before I get off of this point and we listen to Peter King and then we'll open up the phone lines. A big example was the play that we were talking about. Should Parsons be credited for the sack versus my guy DA? I mean, Parsons had 2 hands on him. He's trying to get him down. Jared Goff was able to slip out of it. Let me see if I think I got this somewhere in my queue right here. Let me bear with me. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can find this thing, because we can pull it up right now. And I think it was this one right here. Bear with me. I don't know. Is it this one right here? Yeah. Yeah. So, right now, Parsons got him, right? He keep moving. So, at one point, we can argue and say, hey, man, he got 2 hands on him. He got him on grab. He got him grabbed. He got him wrapped up. The other guy pushed him up off of him. Should the play be considered dead at that point? Or do you wanted him to square his shoulders up to just cream him? Parsons trying to do the right thing. And sometimes when you try to do the right thing, it end up the quarterback can squeeze and get out of it, right? But they gave the sack to Dorrance Armstrong versus Parsons. See, bam, if he'd just hit him squared up, right? Gave all of his force to it. The NFL would have been like, hey, man, that's a flag, So he's trying to wrap him up, and he trying to take him down politely. So it is what it is, right? But they gave the sack to Dorrance Armstrong, though. Watch this, though. Watch that leg. Yeah, get them legs, though, with them shoelace tackles, baby. He got the head up in there. But y'all get what I'm trying to say, right? So it's difficult playing football now because on one end, they don't want you to hurt the quarterback, but then the quarterback got the ability to wiggle out of it and get things going down the field. And, now that the opposition is looking at it like, hey, which one you want me to do? You want me to tackle the quarterback or touch the quarterback? You want me to be able to bring him down softly or hardly? These guys are just as big. These quarterbacks, 6'3", 240, some of them are 6'3", 220, 225, 230, so those are big boys too. All right, so let's listen to Peter King. This is where I got the well balance from. Shout out to Peter King. He brings up the fact that the Cowboys and the Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones, they're coming out with another book, by the way, that we would forever talk about this. But before I pump up that audio, I want to share this with you guys. Please tune in to 105.3 The Fan and check out the full entire interview with Jerry Jones. It's about 20 minutes long, and that way you can dive right into what they was talking about as far as the content there. I appreciate you guys so much, and thank 105.3 The Fan for allowing me to use their audio on that piece there. So go and check them out and be sure to subscribe to their account. And if you're a Tolo, let me know in the chat. Maybe I'll give you a shout out because we got Tolos all over the world, right? All right, let's listen to this right here.
Everything never dies.
No.
The Jimmy Jerry thing never dies.
No. It's the soap opera we just can't let go.
I want you to think about this, okay? Think about it. Like, we are going on through almost, excuse me, 3 decades.
Yeah.
Get him some milk.
Since it happened. And now there's another book about it. I bet 5 years from now,
can y'all hear the
there will
audio?
be some Jerry book that comes out with 5 scurrilous details that we have never found out.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably so.
There is something about what happened and how outlandish Jerry's quotes were at the time. I could get 500 guys to coach this team. And then he got one of the 500 after that who actually won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, in many ways, Jerry was right. He probably also forced out Troy Aikman before his time. But whatever, it just is. It is one of the most fascinating stories I've ever been around in 43 years doing this business.
Boy, it was. It was right when this radio station went on the air. That was our first 3 months, was that whole breakup between the two. And, it's crazy to look back at it. And, for the first time since 94 and 95, the Cowboys have started back-to-back seasons with at least a 5-2 record. Some people around here are talking Super Bowl. Some are just glad that they've survived losing Dak Prescott for 6 weeks. They found another way to win, and that way is defense. If nothing else, we know that that's the identity of this Cowboys team, don't we?
Yeah, and look, I think the most significant thing that you've seen early on in this season, we're not even at the halfway point yet, is the fact that this is a well-balanced team.
Let's stop you right here, and then we'll pick up for what he's saying. He is absolutely right. This is a well-balanced team. And we look at this team, if you're balanced, how can you help this out? By playing complementary football. When you are balanced, meaning that you can figure out ways to move the ball down the field. If they shut down the run, you can pass. If they shut down the pass, you can run, right? If you need a turnover or takeaway, you can do that with the guys that you have playmaking, And if you stay focused like the LA Rams tape, you fool around and get a lead, you can shut down the run. Now, the thing is, if you look at this team, if we were to find the flaws, like the ultimate flaw on the offense, hey, we probably need help scoring, right? We need our wide receivers to step up and stand tall. The ultimate flaw on the defense, objectively speaking, by the way, Cowboy Nation, this is all objectively speaking. I'm not saying that this will be the detriment of this team, but this is just my analysis on it. The ultimate flaw on the defensive side is if we're seeing that we have lack of speed in the middle, like with our linebackers, right? I think that if we can just move that up a notch, we'll be okay. I get it, right? Everybody talking about the interior guy, we need help with this and that. But when you look at this team and you look back through all of the tape, they're not running that much chunks of yards inside the gut. It's primarily on the edges on the outside, and I'm watching my linebackers chasing, right, and not coming down and fill. So if we can just improve by November the 1st, we got time. We got plenty of time, right? And as much as I hate for this to happen to my guy, J. Lou, but I think that even physicality with Dayron Bland, you would see a little bit more of that. But what we can't do is crucify the man when he make a mistake here and there, because there will be a few mistakes out of Dayron Bland, but give him time, right? I go back to the Washington game. In the first quarter, he was trying to get his legs up under him, and he gave up some passes to Curtis in the middle, right? But what I watched is through that game that, hey, you ain't going to do the same play on me twice. No. And he jumped the route, and he picked it off. That's more valuable than him picking it off on the first time, right? You learn more from your failures than your success. So allow this time for this guy to get his legs wet and watch. He will be even readier, if that's even a word, right before the season ends. So that's why we banging on the table saying, hey, we'd like to see Jabril Cox out there. Yes, we would like to see Kelvin Joseph out there, because we already know where the ceiling is at for Anthony Brown. There's no way that you can look at Anthony Brown and say, all right, he's going to get better, right? No, we've seen Anthony Brown. This is the best that he will ever be right now. I can't make this stuff. I can't make this stuff up. But Kelvin Joseph, if you allow him to get some PT, if you allow him to get some actual time out there on the field, who knows what his total ceiling can be. Case in point, before I go move on from this topic and hit the rest of the play button on that audio, case in point, is Trayvon Diggs the same DB he was his rookie year? No. Is Trayvon Diggs the same DB he was his second year? No. To me, he's even better. He's in a better spot, a better position. He's having, to me, a better season than he had last season. I know a lot of people get caught up in the numbers of how many INTs, but to me, Kelvin Joseph is better than not Kelvin Joseph. Well, you can add him into that too. But Trayvon Diggs is better now than he ever been playing that role.
You look at the offensive side of the ball, you got a guy who I think should be getting the ball more in Tony Pollard. He's getting it less than 10 times a game, which I just think is, I don't want to say it's malfeasance, but I just think he's just a more dangerous runner with the football. But so you've got a good running game.
Well, them hot girls all up in here. I'm trying to kick them up out. Oh, yeah, we're trying to kick them up out. Kick those hot girls up out of here. Yeah. All right, we kick them up out of there. Get y'all butts up out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Slap them girls up out of here. Come on. Them bots, baby. Got to get them up out of here. Jiggle over there. Okay, let's listen to this.
You now have Dak Prescott back. And without any question, even though he's just been okay so far, that especially assuming really that he's going to be able to get Michael Gallup up and around and back as sort of, I will always say he's one of or his favorite receiver.
Bot thoughts. Man, you killing me over here.
No.
I never even think of that, man. Bot thoughts. We get them bot thoughts up out of here. Hey, that's funny. Drake Monty. Don't kill me over here laughing, man. All right, so to Peter King's thoughts of it, yes, I need Gallup to show up a little bit more, right? He was 0 for 0, 2 targets last game, 0 for 0, and they got to get on the same page. And I hope that this game will be the game, right? And I agree with the notion that you got to give Tony Pollard more attempts. I do like Ezekiel Elliott, but you do have to give Tony Pollard some more attempts. Just figure out how you can blend both of these things together. I do like on short distances when we see the 21 personnel or the 22 personnel with Tony and Zeke in the backfield at the same time, right? But on one of those plays, if you're going to give it, if it's short distances, give it to Zeke. And allow Tony to run on the outside. That linebacker who got to go hook to flat, his mindset is like, I can't let Tony keep out, right? So I like that aspect. They did it one time, but they gave the ball to Tony, and the linebacker was just like, oh, I sniffed that out. But Zeke was wide open. So what you got to do is on short distances, Kellen Moore, maybe the echoes of my voice will somehow hit the eardrums of Kellen Moore. Just give it to Zeke. It's short distance. Or you can have the quarterback to keep it vertically on that short 3rd and inches or 3rd and 1 or what have you. And then use Tony as the decoy to run on the outside. Because at the end of the day, that linebacker and that safety who got forced responsibility, they still peeping at Tony, and they don't want Tony to take it all the way to the house just so they can preserve that 3rd and inches or what have you, a 3rd and 1. All right, let's listen to more of what he have to say.
But then I think what really is interesting this year is that there really isn't a better team. There might be some teams that are as good or close. There's just not a better team against the pass right now in the NFL. Both because they've got a very good secondary, and they're. I look the other day; they're averaging four or 4.5 sacks a game. Tremendous pressure on the quarterback, and so they have the kind of balance that you need to be a great football team. And now we're going to see if they can keep it going. As you've seen many times in the NFL, the hottest team on October 25th becomes flawed by December 25th.
Yeah. Hey, Peter. Like he said, the hottest team in October, 10-2, flame out by December. Basically, you don't want to peak. I've been telling people, man, you don't want to peak too soon, right? We seen the Tampa Bay. Did they peak out? Yeah, they peaked out. They peaked too soon. They was like, hey, Tampa, man, shoot, look at Tom Brady. Shoot, the defense, he got a good defense. Man, they moving the ball. Although they not getting touchdowns, they running. They playing a sound game. Then all of a sudden, they played Green Bay. Green Bay beat them down. Then they went on a losing spree. Oh, Lord, do you have another option? After week 1, Green Bay was the hot flavored sauce of everything. And then when they got beat down, what turned the tides for them? Well, hey, the Giants, when they beat the doggone Green Bay, then all of a sudden, hey, chink in the armor, right? So you don't want to peak too soon. You don't want to start reading the press clippings and say, hey, man, all what we did during the offseason, hey, man, I go to the moon. I go to the moon. You don't want to be going to the moon too soon and realize you didn't pack your snacks. You didn't have no food. And now you're sitting there like, man, I'm starving. I can't make it back. And now it's all of a sudden, it's one of those things. You peeked out too soon. You rushed somewhere too quickly, and you forgot to pack your snacks. That could absolutely happen. Let's listen.
Or, by the middle of January. And that's what, you got to keep your health, and you've got to keep your, you've just got to keep playing the way they've been playing.
Yeah, last year's Cowboys is a good example of that. And to keep it going,
or the last year Cards. They were undefeated. They went 7-0. The Cards peaked out. They was like, oh, man, the Cards, MVP Kyler Murray. The defense is phenomenal. Buda Baker and company, you can't stop them. Hey, the Cards, could it be that Cliff could be coach of the year? Could it be that Kyler Murray playing for that contract? You're going to have to give him $400 million, right? The Cards are unstoppable. And then all of a sudden.
Get the Bears next. The Bears actually looked good last night on Monday Night Football, spoiling Bill Belichick's big night. And they've got a quarterback that can run, which has given Dallas some problems this year. Can the Bears offer some sort of resistance to Dallas on a short week?
Well, last night was a different game than the Bears have played all season, okay? And I just think when I look at a team like the Bears, the reason why everyone was shocked, I was tied up doing a few things last night. I found myself listening on the radio for a little while.
Right.
And I was listening to Kurt Warner and Kevin Harlan.
Kurt Warner.
And they made an incredible point in the second half of the game that it might have been years or maybe decades that the Chicago Bears scored on 5 consecutive possessions. And the fact that they scored on 5 consecutive possessions against a Bill Belichick team is unbelievable. And look, obviously, it's not going to be Justin Fields' arm that is going to hurt them. But last night, I think he rushed for 82 yards.
He did.
Most of them in the first half. Finally, Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator who just came over this year from Green Bay, who Aaron Rodgers swears by, unleashed Justin Fields with designed runs. And that was a huge part of this game. So it's going to be a different Bears team to prepare for this week.
No doubt. All right, so the Bears talk. And I said that I wouldn't get into this until Wednesday. But, man, since it's hot right now, let's talk a little bit about it before we open up the phone lines. Let me pull up the stat deal from ESPN. Shout out to them. He was 13 for 21. That's Justin Fields. He was 13 for 21. He ain't no gunslinger, right? But he can sling it. He can sling it. His QBR was 57. His passer rating was 85. He had 1 tub and 1 INT. And he will. You can pressure him and you can't pick him off too. By the way, we've seen it. You've seen in several games that he would throw that thing away. I think he had 7 INTs for the season or something like that. 5 total touchdowns, and no. His total touchdowns since seven total touchdowns. So he can run the ball. We all know that. If you watch this kid from Ohio State, let me know in the chat. Right? So what was alarming is that he had 82 yards rushing out of 14 carries. And Montgomery, he's an extra effort type of guy who had 15 carries for 62. They ran the ball for 45 times for 243 yards. Normally, if anybody know anything about Bill Belichick, his main purpose is to stop the run whenever he plays anyone or any team, right? And if you can run over 200 yards on Bill Belichick, you better look up that tape and see what the hell doesn't happen, you know? And if you look at Bill Belichick's defensive philosophy, he's always had troubles and issues with quarterbacks that can run a little bit, or with wildcat formations and things like that, because the base defense is the core of Bill Belichick's philosophy and plan in this modern day football is always base, right? So my thing is, on a short week, this is a good test for my Cowboys because we have two issues that we've been talking about since the beginning of this season. Stopping the run and stopping the quarterback that can run, right? Now, before y'all sneeze upon this 13 for 21, 179 yards passing, that's still, and I know this is against the Patriots, of course, not the Cowboys, because I think we got more playmakers on our defensive side of the coin. Nevertheless, we played against a similar quarterback by the name of Jalen Hurts, who's far along in his career than Justin Fields. This is his second year. And he was 15 for 25 for 155 yards, by the way. That's lower than 179. So if they come in here and it's a short week for them, which is good for us, and it's an early noon game, right? If they come in here and if they have the philosophy, if they're going to play keep away, they're going to hold on to the ball, they're going to run the ball and not allow our team to get reps and get an opportunity, then that could be a big, epic mistake for us, right? Because basically, they had the ball for 37 minutes last night to New England Patriots 22. So TOP is the name of the game, and if you can run and get turnovers, and especially they had Kyle Gordon, who we were high on coming out of the draft. He had an INT last night. They also have Roquan Smith, who we all high on, who got a nose for the game. He can tell you. He would tell you, okay, I know where y'all trying to run at. He sees things happening before they happen, by the way. So he's one of those type of linebackers. So we got to just bring the physicality to the table. We got to make sure that we leave nothing on the field, and we can't be wishy-washy. I think that they brought out the guy. Mac Jones. He threw an INT. They said, "Get him up out of here. Let's bring in Bailey, Zappe." And they brought in Zappe. He had 2 INTs, but he kind of threw the ball down the field a little bit better. The wide receivers were able to make some contested throws or what have you, but a double-minded person is wicked in all thy ways. And if you can't stick to what you got, then you have problems. As they used to say in the past, 2 quarterbacks are worse than 1 or whatever. If you got 2 quarterbacks, you got none. And that's what happened to the Patriots too. But I think that they should have started out with Bailey Zappe versus bringing in Mac Jones if they wasn't really confident in him or what have you. All right, so just to think about this with Roquan Smith, he got 56 solo tackles. He's second in the NFL, right? 21 assisted tackles. He got 2 interceptions for the season. Out of all linebackers, he's first place in that spot. Passer rating when targeted, meaning that's in the middle of the field, it's a 46.6. 31 stops. 3 sacks for the season. That's Roquan Smith. So to contextualize it with the Dallas Cowboys, let me pull up Leighton Vander Esch. Somebody might say right now, Law, you can't do it. Don't do it, Law. It's going to hurt your feelings, man. And Leighton Vander Esch got 33 solo tackles, 13 assisted tackles, 0. Well, he got 1 sack. And passer rating, when targeted his way, is 88.9. So that's a major difference of 2 worlds, right? And, of course, we're going to leave him. Monet, I'm going to leave him alone. Monet, I'm going to leave him alone. Let's leave LVE because LVE.
Call my phone, hit my
He finna get him a pick this weekend. Come on, baby. Hit that hotline up, baby. 657-390-7391 is the hotline. I ain't gonna pull up no more comparisons. I'm gonna leave him alone, baby. Come on. 657-390-7391. Come on. Y'all leave LV alone, man. That's my dog, man.
Son of God, not a son of sand. Keep it off the books and keep it coming in. Bitch, the OFC, what I'm coming in. The inside caramel just like 100 grand.
There are 2 participants in the conference. Please announce yourself.
Speaking of Trey, let's bring her on from the 901. You're live, baby. Trey?
Hey.
Oh, I'm about to hang up, girl. What's up? You live?
Oh, yeah, I had it on mute. My bad.
Oh,
But,
okay. Talk to me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be on here long. I just want to let people know. Stop talking about our quarterback.
Okay. Hey, turn me down in the background. Turn me down.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I just want people to just bag up off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Dak been off all this time,
Right.
and he came back and still threw over 200 yards. What did y'all want this man to do? Come out there and just be gunslinging? You know he gonna have a little rust on him, but it's okay though. A win is a win, and I don't understand about our Cowboy fans. Y'all doing too much. Calm down. Watch we ease on up where we supposed to be at, and then watch we go straight through the playoffs, and watch where we gonna end up. Y'all better calm down. I'm telling you now, it's going down this year, y'all. Okay, I know George Lewis got hurt. I got that. But you know, next man up, right? Y'all already know this.
Yo.
Come on, y'all. All I say to y'all is stop negative talking about these Cowboys. Let's join hands and come on and rock this wave because we on our way, y'all. All you got to do is pay attention. Just pay attention. Dak is back, baby. Watch what this man fixing to do. Y'all will see it. Y'all will see it.
We ready for
and
it.
yes, we're going to beat those Bears when we come off our bye. We will. I know they did good last night. They did great. But, okay, like they do us. Who they played?
Oh, yeah, the Patriots, yeah.
Okay, so Belichick don't even know who he want his quarterback to be.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
How you think you going to come out with a win when your starter end up being your bag up, end up being back in there to be sit back down? You see what I'm saying? Stop it, y'all.
He done messed up. He done messed up real bad with that because now, like, which way you gonna go now? You know?
Right.
Yes,
you know what I'm
indeed.
saying? And look at these other teams. Aaron Rodgers and them. They falling apart. Tom Brady. It's over. You know what I'm saying? They have set Matt Ryan down.
I forgot all about that. Yeah.
You feel me? Okay, now look at Russell. Russell then left his silly tail from Seattle and gone up here to the Broncos trying to be like Peyton Manning. Baby, no. Only somebody going to ever do that is Tom Brady. No one else will ever do that. Leave Peyton alone. You can't do it. So he's out of here. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, let these young men do what they do. And you know the NFC, we running this. The NFC East, we got this.
Let me hear you say.
And you already know we got we going to get those Eagles on Christmas Eve. That's going to be everybody's gift. Just pay attention, y'all.
Let me hear you say it. Let me hear you say it before I let you go.
How about those Cowboys? Love y'all.
Yes, indeed, man. She brought the heat. Yes, indeed. I love it. I love it. Yeah, man. Look, y'all better let up off Trey. Trey, she's in the chat. She's on my Facebook page representing. She's part of the sharing community, and I really appreciate her insights to it. Hey, she rest assured as soon as Dak went down, she said, look, we going to go on a winning spree. We did that, and I haven't forgot about you, Trey. Still inbox me your address so I can send you something. As well as Pastor Simmons, your gift will be on its way, and as well as Rolling Review, your gift is on its way. Keep in mind, this week we giving away a ticket to this Chicago's Bears game. We're going to do the drawings around Wednesday. So stay tuned, stay to this network, and stick to this network, and we will do the drawings on Wednesday so that someone can get a chance to go to the game. So let's listen in to the 903. You're live.
Hey, what's going on? This is Ken.
Ken, what's good? Talk to me, man.
Nothing much. I just wanted to touch on a few things. To start out with Dak, we have to even stop mentioning that he was rusty. To me, he wasn't rusty. He made 6 incomplete passes. If any other quarterback in the league had 6 incomplete passes, no one will ever say that quarterback was rusty. First of all, and majority of the incomplete passes actually hit the receivers in the hand. So I don't see any rust with him. Everybody was saying, oh, we need to keep the play calling exactly the same like we had with Cooper. Right. And now that it was done, now he didn't get 300 and something yards. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Make up your mind. If you want the play calling to stay the same, you're not getting big yards with only 25 passes unless your receiver breaks for a long run. That's the only time you're getting big numbers. And we have to take into account it was a fumble right on the goal line. We have to take into account we decided to punt on we decided to kick a field goal on 4th down right by the touchdown. But when we played the Eagles game, we was in our territory, but we go on it on 4th down. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Also, I think we were waiting on Dak to get back to put Turpin in the game, because I noticed that he was a no-show with Cooper, but as soon as Dak came back, we seen the sighting of Turpin. But what we can't do is allow Turpin to only come in on a reverse play and get out the game. We have to keep him in a few plays to run some routes, because it becomes way too obvious if we just put him in on one play and run a reverse. It's never going to work. Also, I wanted to touch on as far as a lot of times, majority of Dak sacks come on 3rd downs. So, and that's because he's sitting in the pocket. We have to stop allowing him to sit in the pocket on 3rd down. We simply need to do play action. He's the most accurate on play action. He's getting out the pocket, so he never really gets sacked on play action. That will increase our chances of completing 3rd downs if we simply just run play action. Also, with Pollard, we have to stop. We have to let the coaches come in and get Pollard more runs and in the game more, because I noticed the only time Pollard really come in is when Zeke waves him in from the sideline. We can't put it in Zeke's hands. The coaches have to step in and make sure Pollard is getting the ball a certain amount of time instead of just waiting till Zeke get tired on a run and call Pollard in. That way he'll get more catches. And I know more runs. Right. And I know he's not the best at pass blocking, but we also have to understand that just run play action when he's in the game. It's simple. Just run play action and don't sit back in the pocket when Pollard is in the game, and you can avoid all that. So, that's pretty much.
Man, you rapping, man. You rapping today, man. I love it,
That's the basis of what I have to say with that. And we also have to get Dak back into running. At least 3 design run plays for Dak. It can change a lot of things as well, because if you notice the teams around the league that are doing good, the quarterbacks are running. Giants are 5-1 or 6-1, whatever, because Daniel is running. So we got to find a way to get Dak back in the running. Back before McCarthy came, you know how many touchdowns Dak was getting every year from that draw play when we was inside the red zone? It was undefeatable. You know what I'm saying? So we
I know.
find a way to get that.
Yeah, I appreciate you for calling in, Ken.
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, man, let me hear you say it, man. Let me hear you say it, though, dog. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys? You fickle me?
Yes, indeed. You know. Yeah, baby. Oh, my goodness, man. That dude right there, Ken. Man, let me give him another horn. Yes, indeed. Man, I got my guy. I know he's going to bring the same type of heat when I bring him on. But before I bring him on, I want to say this. What I'm seeing is how Kellen Moore operates with this. They got packages as far as series. They look at it's a series. Like when you see Tony out there, that's a full series. Full series. And they give those guys a full series. It's not like, okay, we mixing it. They ain't mixing this thing up. No, it's a full series. You know how you go buy those canned nuts and you got the cashews and you got the different type of peanuts? You know, they ain't mixed in. Zeke and Tony are not mixed in, whatever you call those mixed bag of nuts. You know, yeah, it's just, hey, this is the cashews right here and the peanuts. Y'all let me know which one y'all like. You know, I like the kind, I don't even know the name of it, but I like the kind with the pecans, you know what I'm saying? The cashews, the peanut. I like the mixed ones. And you know, that's what Kellen Moore need to do. He need to have a mixed bag of nuts up in that thing, man. Video game controller hobbies are long unhappy with a broken arm. I appreciate you, Raymond. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chat. Video game controller. I love it, man. When I read it that way, but when I look over here, it's a controller. So appreciate you, man. Hobbles along, unhappy with a broken arm. But I appreciate you, man. All right, I got my guy from the VIP corner, man. You live.
Lloyd's VIP, baby.
Yeah, baby. Oh, they gave me the name of it. It's Trail Mix, man. Give me the Trail Mix, baby.
Yeah,
come on, baby.
Trail Mix. I was gonna tell you that Trail Mix.
It's a Trail Mix, anyway, man. Give me some Trail Mix. Come on.
Our OT needs some Trail Mix nuts in his life, man. You know he a virgin. But anyway, as I digress, I want to welcome our OC to the first time to the VIP room. We got him a couple of dancers. We got him some bottles because he stuck with the formula. And that's all I wanted him to do. I know all of our Cowboy Nation wants Dak to come back and throw 300, 400 yards. That's not what the Cowboys makeup is anymore.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster. Right. As you see, that never won us anything.
Yeah.
So if you see the formula's working, you don't go in it and try to mix too much. You don't need too many nuts in the mix. All right? You got your pecans. You got your. You don't need too many nuts in the mix, or it gets too nutty. And that's what happened to our boys.
So hold on. So hold on. Let me be fair. So do we want the trail mix or do we not want the trail mix? Or he got too many. He putting raisins and doggone M&Ms. No. Get the M&Ms and the raisins up out of it. I just need a few mixes, not all of it. You know, not with the one with the pretzels and.
That's our OC. He's sweet. So he gets the pretzels. He wants the raisins. He wants the M&Ms with the nuts in them. Nah, we want the basic trail nut. Don't need all that sweet stuff. He gets too damn sweet. Yo, look, I got a recipe for our 3rd-and-1 law. I'm going to need you to get the butter knife out, law. Get the butter knife ready, law. This is something that has never been talked about. Our best player on the team is who? Tell me.
Parsons, right? Or we going to the offense?
Oh. No. Our best player on the team is Micah Parsons.
On the defense.
Can you imagine?
The defense, yeah.
No. Can you imagine
Micah coming in on 3rd and 1 with this is at the full wishbone with Micah,
Wait a minute.
TP, and yeah.
That's trail mix
We
now.
bring 'em in.
That's raisins and the M&Ms. Like my boy said, the raisins and M&Ms be hitting though. Yeah.
But look, can you imagine just having him in on a 3rd and 1? Who is stopping Micah?
No, that's too much.
Linebacker?
No. I wouldn't want Parsons out
Get
there
the butter
on
knife
offense.
out. Get the butter knife.
I'm shaking you now. You know. you just said we don't want too much. We don't want too nutty. You're getting too nutty right here, man. Look, we got Zeke. We got Zeke and Tony Pollard, man. Let's keep it to the cashews and the pecans, man. You know, let's not bring in too many. You know,
Lord, you don't even use the cashew.
Shout out to the Brazilian nuts,
The
but man, come on, man.
The hard nuts. That's Zeke. He don't even use. We got 3rd and 1. Zeke is 100% on 3rd and 1. We get cute on 3rd and 1.
But now you talking
Why
about
do
getting
we
extra
run the
cute
21
now?
blast on 3rd and 1, Law? Talk to me, man.
All right,
I'm
21
confused,
blast.
Law.
All right. So here's what we do. Here's what we do. If you
Look, they stabbing me with the butter knife, Law. I'm getting shanked with the
you
butter
getting
knife.
shanked everywhere, man. They
Shame.
But
Shame.
now we in the playoffs. If we in the playoffs, you know, and if you want to get real cute like that, and you bring out Parsons just out wide as a wide receiver or something, and now they sitting there like, man, what the hell? And it's 3rd and inches, and you need to get that inch. I bet you they be looking over there like, what the hell they about to do? Because they got Parsons, who's a 4-3 guy on the edge there. Maybe. It's just a flat-out decoy. He's not going to do anything.
All.
I would take that, but not week 8. No. I just want.
All right. Just put the butter knife away.
Yeah, put the butter knife away.
down.
Pistachios are good.
Hold on, let me get to my second point.
You go to the second point.
Because I want to welcome his twin to the VIP after I saw him bounce the running back out of the backfield and then body the quarterback. I welcome Sam I Am to the VIP room. We got a couple of dancers. We got a couple of bottles for him because Sam I Am is officially in the high rotation. He's only getting 12 snaps long.
Let me give some VIP music to him then. That's VIP music
There you go.
for him. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Because they are troublesome, Lord. Our defense is now troublesome. That's their nickname. Big D troublesome. So you want some big D in your mouth? It's troublesome. I'm telling the rest of the league, we are troublesome. Micah last week, Micah made the play of the year. Micah ran by 4 players to run down that tight end to save the game last week.
Yeah.
That turnaround point between him and D-Law, and you can't leave out Trayvon's pick, was the turnaround point of the game last week.
He ran that route better than the doggone wide receiver. That weak fade. He was like, He was in phase. Hey, for people that don't know, that's how you stay in phase. And hey,
right.
Sheesh, man. And then he played a good boundary tech too. So the out of bounds was his sideline friend, and he had safety help over the top. So hey, he stayed in phase and caught that interception, man. So shout out to Diggs.
And he is playing his best year. I know last year he had all the picks, but as far as cornerback play, him turning up and showing up the tackle, he's playing his best year. My last point before I get off, Law, is this. The only way you stop the run-pass option is having a tackle cornerback. Bland is a tackle cornerback. He is going. That's what we need to stop that run-pass option. No hate on Louis. No hate on anybody. No hate on AB. But in order to stop that run-pass option, your first line of defense is your cornerback. He needs to step up on that run-pass option. I'm glad we playing the Bears.
You already know what they got to do. If Justin is trying to do it, I love my guy Justin, but you already know what we got to do when they try to do that.
Oh, blow him up! Blow him up!
Let me hear you say it,
he
fam.
don't got the body makeup of Curse. So you blow him up a couple of times, you're gonna be like, oh no. No, you might have to play that music.
I'm definitely gonna play it, man. But let me hear you say it, man, before I let you rock, man. Let me hear you say it.
All right, let me take the butter knife out my back, man. Oh man, let me take it'll kill a law. Why they trying to poke me?
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys? I ain't a killer, but don't push me, law.
Yes, indeed. Revenge is like the sweetest joy. Hey, man, I got to get my guy, not 50 grand. You know, shout out to 50 Cent, though. Him and his son going back and forward and saying that, was it like $6,000 is not enough to live off of for a month or something like that. But, you know, kids these days, man, shoot, give me $6 grand a month. I don't care if 50 is my dad. I want more. But no, I'll be like, nah, give me $6 grand. I'll figure it out. And that's right, because I got my guy with the plan. Let me know what you would do with $6 grand a month. You live.
$6 grand a month. Listen, Law, the way we grow up in the hood, you know what I mean? We know how to make money stretch.
Yo.
So we'll make about 2,000 stretch, then take some other and invest. You gotta invest, man.
Got to invest, man.
I don't care what it is. You know what I mean? And turn that $6 grand into $100 grand a month, and then make it go more and more. You feel me? Like, you know, that's how you gotta do it, man. Sometimes they say
No. I'm shorting them. My bad. Drake Matty got the correct number. $6,700. So extra $700. He said that Daddy. He said, Daddy, that's not enough, man. And on top of that, he's over 18. Like, come on. He said that $6,700 is not enough, man. I don't know what's wrong with these young kids these days, man. Come on, man.
See, he want to buy that Gucci and that Louis, and it ain't enough. Once he buy that, man, it ain't enough. Come on, man. You got listen. You know the saying, man. If you sacrifice for a whole year, you'll be set for like 10 and 20.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. If you say, all right, man, I ain't going to buy that car. I ain't going to go out and party like that. I'm going to sacrifice for a whole year. Nah, I ain't going out. I'm going to go and Law going to eat those oozes and oozes. You know what I'm saying?
It's a trail mix, baby.
You know what I'm saying? You got to understand the amount of money you'll save if you sacrifice for a whole year.
Right.
You'll be set. Because people don't think that coffee adds up.
Yes,
those going out to eat those meals, they add up.
They do.
You know what I mean? You don't think like that. Think about it. If you drink coffee every day, take
Starbucks.
that and see how much that is a month. You'll be shocked. Like, come on.
Man.
That's a cell phone bill, a cable bill, you know, maybe even more.
Man, I wish my dad gave me $700 a month. Or $7. If my dad gave me $7 a month, boy, I would be. Daddy, let me get $7 a month, man. That's more than zero, man. Let me get that up out you, man. That'll help me out tremendously, man. I'll be so far ahead in life, man. Come on, man.
$1,000 a month.
Yeah.
You got some females, you know what I mean, that's only getting $300, $500 for 2 years. Come on, man.
Come on, man. They killing me over here, man. He won't. They say he really wants $20,000 a month. Man, that dude crazy,
that's
man.
exactly what he wanted.
Man, Dad, all I'm wanting is $84 a year, man. Come on, man. You got it somewhere, man. Shake that money all over here, man. But talk to me. How can we get this win? Well, not. We ain't really talking about this weekend's game, but man, whatever you got on your heart, man. Talk to me about this past game, man.
I ain't watched the game. I kind of glanced at it on my phone. I was in the movies, man. Hey, Lord, watch Woman King, man.
Okay, I watched that. I supposed to free up some time to go watch Black Adam this weekend or this week before this weekend.
I heard about it. Did you see the last Jason?
Nah, I saw the Michael Myers joint. You know.
Michael Myers. Yeah. Michael Myers. You saw that too.
I mean,
I was watching
this.
movies this week.
This dude been chasing her for 35 years or more.
And he ain't do nothing.
He ain't do
He only
nothing.
killed one person.
Hey, so
He
fellas,
said, I'm going to get the young boy to do my work, man. And then he was in the sewer like Master Splinter.
I said for 35 years you've been chasing it and you still can't get it. So for the fellas, you can continue to chase for 35 plus years. Oh, man, Michael Myers, man. That's a serial. That's a stalker, man, because she started stalking him. You know.
Yeah, right. She did.
She started stalking him. Oh my gosh, man. Yes, indeed. For 35 years, man, she been chasing this man. Yes, indeed. Or he been chasing her now, man. So hold on to your drapes. He gonna get it one way or another. Oh my gosh, man.
But let's get back to this
Well,
game, bro.
Jerry been the owner of this team, if my math 89 for 33 years, right? Going on 30.
Same amount of time.
Oh my gosh, man.
But yeah, so I was in the movies watching Woman King while the game was going on, but I watched all the highlights and stuff, and I mean, I don't understand. Everybody expected Dak to put up 40 points and all. That's why everybody's mad, because he didn't put up 40 points against this team. And come on, man, y'all gotta stop. If we would have lost this game, come on, Law. They would have ran him out.
It would have been crazy.
They would have ran him out if we would have lost the game. You know?
But to my guy's Ken point, who called in earlier, he said Dak wasn't really rusty. And if we look at the game, we can see that the team just got to get into the flow with Dak, because there were points out there on the field, like if we kicked a field goal when we was down in the red zone, right? Mm-hmm. Another situation that my guy got folded up like a wallet. He played basketball with the football. He dropped the ball when he got smashed, and that was a big hit on Noah Brown. Right. So that's what points that is, right? That's 14 right there, right?
Right.
And then there was another situation. So yeah, I mean, it could have been 30, at least 30 to 35 for whatever we scored. What was the final score? Was 26? I mean, it could have been a 30, 26 to what was 24 to 6.
24 to 6. Yeah.
So if Dak was playing every game up until this point, and I think that the chemistry would have been there a little bit better with the players.
Yeah, we probably would have got a 40 first.
I think it would have been at least 35.
Yeah. I mean, you got to let Dak get in tune. This is Dak. That was Dak's second game, so you got to get in tune with the guys. And the way this defense is playing, man, 40 Burger's going to be easy with this defense playing, because all they saying is get up 14. Yeah. You get up 14, ain't nobody beating us the way this defense rock. I'm telling you that right now. Because then they're going to be forced to pass. Yeah. Once you get up 14 on somebody, it's a wrap, and Dak know that. So Dak like, man, I don't got to put the ball in harm's way. I don't got to save the game. All I got to do is just play and make simple throws. This defense is going to come out here and get us 3 and outs and get us turnovers. We don't need Dak to go out there and put up 400 yards like Mahomes and them. Mahomes and them, they got to do that.
They got to.
Their defense ain't like that.
Message, and then on top of that, you play a complimentary football. What I don't want is in the Cowboys world, they want us to win a certain way, and no, I just want us to win games. Just win games. I just want to win games. And it could be 15 to 20 throws from Dak Prescott at times, right? But I get it. Right. People love the and Quincy Carter. He said this on his Twitter page, and a lot of people are crucifying him, that Troy Aikman, and I know it's a different era, but Troy Aikman passing completion percentage was 61%. And on top of that, they never threw the ball on average more than 25 times. You see what I'm saying? So it was anywhere between 17 to 25 attempts. So I get what Quincy Carter was trying to say, and I know it's a different NFL, but, dog, we got 3 Super Bowl rings out of that philosophy. Right? Right. So let's just get back to running the ball, play sound defense. You got a quarterback now that was 76 completion percentage last game, who threw for a passer rating of 113. That is the philosophy. Keep it right in between that number, 20 to 25 attempts, and you'll be okay. I appreciate you for calling in, 100 grand. You got one more point before I let you rock?
And one more thing. And one more thing. You can't have it both ways. You can't say Jalen Hurts is an MVP and he's playing the same way with the Eagles and say Dak's trash.
Big
you can't
facts,
do
man.
that.
Ooh, big facts, man. Oh my
You
God.
can't.
You can't. But it's just how it goes, man. When we start talking about the Cowboys, they want us to be a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You already know.
That's facts, man.
But appreciate you, fam.
Right,
let me hear you say it though, fam.
How about them Cowboys?
That's good. That's what I got. 100 grand. I always know. All right, I'm gonna give y'all the lineups from here. I got Queen, Blue Chew, Uncle Charles, and then Coach Marv. Those are the next orders right there. But let me see if I can find what he was saying. And a lot of people crucify the man, and it is what it is. Let me see if I can find it. I didn't know Quincy Carter was that deep into football like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see if we can pull him up right quick. I ain't know he was that dope. I hope our defense can stop the run in the playoffs. And then he broke down the stats, and then let me see what he got here. 4 games, 61 completion percentage, 6 tubs, 3 interceptions, 3 rushing touchdowns. And then he went into more details. I hope I didn't hit too far back. God dog it. I'll find it. But, man, go follow Quincy Carter, man. It's good. It's good to know that the man is out here talking sports and getting things good. Okay, here it is right here. And this is what he said. Good morning, y'all. Y'all want to talk about it or not? And then this is his thoughts right there. And let me see if I can. He said Troy Aikman Super Bowl. And I know it's a different era. You got different things and different ways of how you approach the game or what have you. But I'm talking about a simplified way of just playing football in general. Not saying that Dak Prescott is Troy, because y'all already know that Troy is my favorite quarterback of all time in the Cowboys uniform. And he says 19 for 27, 70%, 207 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 INT. And then the next Super Bowl, 15 for 23, 65 completion percentage, 209, 1 tub, 0 interceptions. Dak Prescott, week 7, 19 for 25, 76 completion percentage, 207, 1 touchdown. I think that what he's trying to say is that you lean on his defense, and if you just be efficient enough at quarterback to give you about 155 to 200 yards, then you okay. You can win games behind his defense. I think that that's where Quincy is going at it with that. And let me just share this tweet to you guys so you guys can follow his page and go to it. Right? Go to it, follow the page. And I do know it's a different era. It's hard to put those two eras together. And the philosophy of the era stopped in 2001. I think it's 2002, when you are not allowed to hit the wide receivers down the field when it's beyond 5 yards. So they had all of that into play, and on top of that, with the quarterbacks or what have you, you can't even look at the quarterback now. You can't even look at the quarterback. But what he's looking at is a philosophy: get behind the run. And I think my guy, Coach Marv, got an assessment on that when we bring him up on the phone. But let's listen in to Queen from the 910. You it.
How about them Cowboys, Blow?
How about them, baby?
Can you hear me good today?
I can hear you excellent. You sound crystal clear.
Okay, good. I'm calling because of all of the Dak hate, of course.
Right, right.
They treat Dak like he's some lady that has been with a man 15, 20 years, and she's kept the house clean, the clothes clean, ironed, food on the table.
Yeah.
Anything that was needed to make sure that house ran well. She gave bed her husband every time he wanted or needed it or whatever. Did all the things right that people say that they want.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's looking over there at this other woman across the way because she keeps her hair better. She dressed better. She keeps her nails done better. He's out there speaking to all the neighbors all the time, just flaunting and being flashy.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he get rid of the wife he got and go over there and try to get her, come to find out, she don't wash her ass every day. Her breath stink because she don't brush her teeth every day.
Okay. I see where you're going with your analogy there.
You know what I'm saying?
The grass is not always green on the other side.
Don't cook and don't clean.
Yeah.
Right. So that's all they do is always complain about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has beautiful stats. Dak Prescott knows how to win games. Dak Prescott is a great quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Uh-huh.
And for them to constantly be complaining about him, it just really gets on my last nerve. The grass is not always green on the other side. You get one of those other quarterbacks, they might not even work over here with Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And that, you send him somewhere else, he might not be as good as he is going to another system. So be happy with what you got.
Okay.
Be happy with what you got. You know, and let that man play ball. Because he's doing a good job after being gone for 5 weeks. And that's all I got, baby.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, I see your point, your analogy there. I appreciate you so much for calling in, Queen. Let me hear. I got one more thing I want to hear from you.
Let him hang,
Yes, indeed, baby. Let them hang, baby. Let them hang. And y'all listen to the Queen, man. The Queen has spoken on that. I get what she's saying, but she made it on the analogy of the fellas. I look at it like this from the inverse that, hey, at some point at this time, don't spoil what you have by desiring the things that you don't, because at one point in time, the thing that you do have was something you dream for, long for. And this Cowboys team, look, it's been since 1994-95 season since we had back-to-back starts like this in a season, right? And I was telling people my expectations are not lowered. No, I just want my expectations to be like this from this team. Just get to the playoffs. It's been a minute since we had back-to-back appearances to the playoff. Then everything else can rock from there. I think Dak Prescott is a very good cerebral quarterback, and I think that this thing can help out with this team collectively if you run the ball. And I think that that's what ultimately Quincy Carter was saying. And I don't know about you all, but I don't think that anybody that's watching right now played for the Cowboys and played under the silver and blue, right, with the star on the side of your helmet. So I think that got to give a little creditation to Quincy Carter from his thought track of playing in the Cowboys system or in the Cowboys or on the Cowboys team. That's a better way to say it. I got my guy, David, the sponsor of the Blue Show. What's good, baby?
It's hard, but somebody got to do it. Hey, what's going on, Law Nation?
What's good, man?
Hey, man, I got a couple concerns. Well, one concern is how slow we start out in the beginning of the games, our offense. Man, we just need to stick to the run, and run the ball to get the juice going. Because once we get a touchdown, get some points on the board, we already know our defense is going to take over. So if we get 3 points, definitely 7 points.
Let me ask the audience right quick, because it could just be on my end. Do he sound clear to y'all? Because it sounds like you underwater, man.
I'm driving. I'm driving this truck.
And what part of the world are you in right now, man? What part of the world you in?
I'm in North Carolina driving.
Oh, you must be in the sticks, man.
Yeah, I'm in the mountains. Hey, I can call you. I can call back tomorrow once I get started in. But I just wanted to say we need to start out a little bit faster than we usually start out.
Yeah. All right, man. It's fluttering, man. They can't even hear you, man. Okay. So I appreciate you. I thank you for holding tight, man. I'm going to get Uncle Charles on the line. All right, appreciate you.
Gotcha. Yep.
I couldn't even hear him basically on my end. But I know for sure I got one of my favorite uncles in the world, man. You're live. Talk to me.
Man, what's up, Long? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Well, midday. Man, how you doing, bro?
Man, well, man, I can't complain.
Man, let me tell y'all something. We can't take the Bears for granted. Like I said about Detroit last week, we couldn't take them for granted. They came to play. See, it don't make no difference what a team is. They could be 1-6. They want to beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
We are the marquee name on the big billboard, and everybody want to whoop our ass. And we got to protect our own field. Now, let me tell you something. You might not win anywhere else, but always protect home. That's the key. Win all your games at home, go half and half on the road, and you in the game. Let me tell you something, man. Chicago is coming to win. We got to be ready. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Law. I'm watching that. Yeah, I know he's been off for a while. But let me tell you something, Cowboy Nation. Once you take that moniker of being the Dallas Cowboy quarterback, don't give me no excuses. But when people complain, when people marginalize you, you got to be willing to suck it up and take it. Why? Because you're the captain of America's team. Nobody else. Now, I can tell you something. I have been in groups, and I don't been talking for a lot of places. I don't talk to a lot of people. And I was in this group one time, and the lady said, what is your drug? I said, the Dallas Cowboys. That's my drug. That's my drug, and I need some goddamn help. Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm going to say this in closing. Win, Cowboys, win. Let them hang. In fact, let it drag the ground and shoot off sparks. Then we got to do what we got to do. Now, I'm going to take you into Uncle Charles' neighborhood and give you my closing. You might not want it, but I'm going to give it to you any goddamn way. Let me tell you something, man. I don't understand people. I got a friend, my friend named Nasty Nick. Really called him Nasty Nick because he nasty from his feet to his neck. I went over to his house, and his house was so nasty. He had a pair of pants standing in the middle of the floor with nobody else. Now you know that's nasty. Then I had another friend, his daddy was real mean. He used to whoop on him all the time. I went over his house, man, and I noticed they had a car on the side of the house. I said, man, that car could be fixed up. But I went on the side of the house, and I noticed the 2 doors was gone. Then 2 weeks later, I went back, and the trunk was gone. Then I went back another week and sit and talk with him. Then I know the seats was gone. Come to find out, he was whooping his ass with the car. You better hurry up and leave him before he get down to the steering wheel. Let me tell you something, man. We got another guy in our neighborhood. His name was Cookie Bell. Let me tell you something. I need not to tell y'all that Cookie Bell was a neighborhood connoisseur of drinking. He was a king of winos, and he never could wear any shoes because he would never cut them damn hard-ass toenails. He always wore flip-flops. And Mama, he was coming by the house, and he said, hey, Ernestine, how you doing? I said, I'm doing all right. She said, Cookie Bear, when you going to cut them toenails? He said, I tried. You tried? Well, your ass ain't succeeded. I can tell you that right now. So let me tell y'all something, man. Be careful of what you bring in your house. I told my doctor, the doctor across the street that used to live in front of me, he got a cat. He said, well, hey, Charles, I'm finna get a dog. I said, man, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. And all of a sudden, he bought the dog, and the dog was sitting on one side of the porch, and the cat was named Tina Marie, and he named the dog Rick James. And I saw that dog. He's over there with that cat, and that cat slapped the finest damn face. Loved him and abused him. That's what we used to do. And that's all I got to say, goddammit. Y'all take care, be blessed, and always keep God first.
No doubt, man. Hashtag, let me tell you something, man. That's Uncle Charles, man. Always giving us the great analogies, man. Second to none with that, man. Flip-flop game, man, with the toenails hanging off because he refused to cut his toenails, and he said he tried, and he got to continue to try. And then he brought in the story with, hey, he got a nasty friend. And then, hey, the other guy, let me tell you something. The other guy that he said he went to his house, and he realized they had a nice car, a real nice car. And every time he walk around and see the car, the doors were missing. Then he come back again, the trunk is missing. And then he realized that the guy was whooping his with the car. I love that, man. He said, you better watch out when you get down to that steering wheel. That's a good story right there, man. Hey, let's bring in Coach Marv. He's going to bring us his insights of the previous game as well as what we got to endure for the next game, man. Talk to me, Coach.
Boy, Uncle Charles be tripping me out, man. I like Uncle Charles, man.
Yes,
yeah, but be careful when you get to that steering wheel, man. Hey, man, no, man, it's just amazing to me, man. It's amazing the type of talk we get with the Cowboys, and something I realized about the Cowboys when we say Cowboys are the most watched team. No, they're not. They're not. You can tell a lot of people don't even watch the Cowboys.
Right.
We are the most reported on team because most people get their news not by watching the games, by hearing other people's reports.
Right.
Because you watch the game, some of the stuff they say about Dak Prescott, you would say, I don't ever see that.
The conference has been locked.
Yep. But if you listen to the reports, it would seem like he's horrible. If you listen to the reports, you would think Ezekiel Elliott is rolling around on the field with a wheelchair.
Right.
If you listen to the reports, you would think that the Cowboys were this bad. They were just not a good football team at all. Because it's not but what you see or what is actually happening. It is going on a lot of people's opinions on people that don't even watch the game. I know there was somebody on the was saying that it was talking about that they're a Cowboy fan and they didn't even know Dak Prescott threw 37 touchdowns last year.
Right.
So it's a lot of stuff going on, and I just my credit is to the Cowboy fans is, man, be fans of your team, and let the chips fall where they may, but don't let nobody get you off of your team. Mm-hmm. And don't let nobody get like the other teams out there. And when you want to talk about this game, hey, it's always going to get everybody best shot. And right. Lord, I keep on pushing what you have said for the longest. Mm-hmm. It's about peaking at the right time and getting better as the season goes on. Mm-hmm. And this team is resilient enough to get better as the season goes along. Hopefully, our offensive coordinator getting better at coordinating.
Yeah, goes on.
Yeah. It's funny that movie with I forgot Boomerang when he's talking about coordinate, right?
Coordinate.
You gotta, you can't wear the wrong shoes with the wrong shirt, the wrong, you gotta put things together. It's like putting Tony Pollard and CeeDee Lamb and Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott together. You got to put them in a situation where they help each other out, where their strengths helps the other person's strengths, and where it's hard to guard this person and stop this person's strength, and hard to do this, and you have to pick your poison about who you're going to allow to get flowing, who you need to get going early, so eventually it'll open up the ways for the other guy.
Right.
That's coordinating, but just getting out there, just calling plays and just throwing them out there, is not a good thing. I think one of your callers just said something about, and the one they had was in the truck, and that's what I really wanted to talk to you about, is about our slow starts.
Right.
I believe our slow starts are coming because of one thing. I don't think our preparation in the week and our game planning in the week offensively is at a level that it should be, because it seems like we're wasting a lot of plays in our script. Is very bad that we setting up for the first maybe 10 to 20 plays.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all over the place, and it usually has to get thrown out, and we don't get rolling to probably the mid-second quarter, maybe second half, to a valid game plan to attack the team, because our script that what we put in at first didn't really get pinpoint where we need to attack the defense from.
Right.
And in the NFL, we cannot continue to do that and waste, like we were talking last week, possessions and time of possessions, because we're starting slow because we're not scripting a good set of scripted plays from the start.
Right,
And
right. Especially
maybe
from the
that might be a
start.
little hard for everybody to understand, but we do script plays from the start, and that script is basically off of your knowledge of your film study and what you have scouted on this team of how you're going to attack them. And if you don't do that well, you just be wasting a lot of plays.
No doubt. No doubt.
So I think we need to get a little bit better in that, because because it seems like we just disjointed when we start off. You see, we watch a lot of Cowboys. It seems like we just disjointed.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it
When we
takes
look
us
at
maybe-
it, that way, Coach, that's why I say, man, when we score first, we're under the Mike McCarthy administration. We're at 13-0 when we score first, and I
means
think
we hit it right with our plan.
Mm-hmm.
See, we hit it right then. You know what I'm saying? Our preparation was kind of on, and our script that we set up kind of hit home, and we was kind of right about how we was going to get handled, and we was in the flow, and we scored first. But anytime that we don't, it goes back to what Amari Cooper said, and I'm not talking about Amari Cooper on this team, but I'm talking about what he said about he already knows early in the week about what type of plays we're going to run, because this is what we run, this is what we practice, and we usually don't change script from that, because we don't seem like we have the flexibility to change. So when we go into a game and we're not really on point with our game plan of how to attack, it seems like we stumble all game long, because we're kind of stubborn to the point that we say, we can't change. And it almost gets to the point where we grinding our teeth. And this is something I see, and everybody should see this. It seems like some games we grinding our teeth, and we just seem like we're trying to make something work, or not being variety to get it to going, because we may have been missed on our preparation. And coaches go through that. We don't always prepare the greatest game plan, Law. Sometimes we miss, or they may have made some adjustments.
No doubt, Coach.
You got to be able to adjust on the fly.
No doubt. I appreciate you for calling in, always bringing in those points. I'll be looking at how we start against the Bears next week, and I'll have your thoughts in my mind. Appreciate you, Coach Marv.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Law.
That's Coach Marv, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let me give you all the roundup now. We have next on the list, Scott, Mike, and then I had the 901 and the 281. All right, Brandon, we had Brandon. We just lost Brandon. He was in the mix. I know he had to go. But let me let my guy in from the 863. You're live.
What's up, Cowboy Nation? Law Nation, my big brother. I hope everybody's well. Listen, man, we have a...
we got breaking news. We got breaking news. Hold on.
Uh-oh, what happened?
It's some good breaking news. I got to get this. Y'all got to hurry up now, baby.
Amari Cooper getting back?
Raiders are trading defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins to the Cowboys. That's what we need, that big boy down in the middle. I'm pushing big body. Kate, stop me for the 9-8. I got to sell 1 million copies. We getting a big boy, man. He's a second rounder from 2013. Of course, that's a long in the tooth. But for his collective stat line, He's 14.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 366 tackles. That is a big boy. We are serious, baby, about this interior, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, y'all. Go ahead, and give me your thoughts, man, because I gotta do some grind action on some film, baby. Beefy, yeah. What you got, Scott?
Oh man, that's what's up, boy. We ain't playing anything.
We ain't playing, baby.
Yeah. What they always say? Well, they say Jerry Jones don't make no moves. I guess he strapped up his bootstraps this time and making some moves that we really need, man.
Man, this is an insurance policy, man. We just had Gallimore, who's a inactive player last week, and now we know what Big Bo bring to the table. We got rid of my guy Ridgeway. So now, sure, with that being said, let's roll, baby. We getting some big boys down the scene. We finna shut this run thing down, baby. Now we just need this linebacker situation.
All they gotta do now.
Yeah.
Cowboy Nation, all they got to do now is go back and put a bundle together with these guys we just got and go back and get Amari Cooper. That's all we got to do.
Man, come on,
Let's go backwards and go get Amari Cooper. God.
I'll trade for a 5th-round draft pick for Amari Cooper right about now.
Well, I'll give anything to get Amari Cooper back, bro.
Yeah.
So let me tell y'all this, man. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I've been a Cowboy lover since I came out of the womb in 84.
Yeah.
And I get picked on, talked about all the time about the Cowboys. I'm like, listen, man, we are the best team that has ever been organized in the NFL. And I'm going to tell you why, man. Have y'all noticed when y'all put on a Cowboy jersey, y'all feel different? Some of y'all some ugly mamma jumbas, but y'all get women after you put on a Cowboy jersey. You can have on a bad pair of shoes. And you put on that Cowboy jersey, and all of a sudden you got a flock of women that you're like, ooh, hey, how you doing? Can I get your number? It's like, dang, the Cowboys do that. Other teams you can't do that with.
Yeah.
You can have missing teeth and put on a Cowboy jersey and hat, and you look like Denzel to them for some reason. I don't know how Jerry Jones did it. It's amazing how that happened.
Yeah.
But check this out, though, man. Dak
me,
Prescott has been a stellar QB in the league since he came here.
Yeah.
The man has faced so many trials and tribulations off the field. And I've known a lot of coaches and players that cannot handle life situations that didn't come out on the field and play like that.
Right.
The dude has done it all. Only thing now is left for that to do is win us a Super Bowl, bro. And I believe it's going to happen. The reason why you see a lot of BS about Dak, when he plays good, when he throws for 400 yards, he gets talked about. Throw for 195, a rushing touchdown, and 1 touchdown to get talked about. We already know what it is. I don't want to start it, but I might as well say it. It's because the man is a uh-oh cookie.
Oh, wow.
You know what an uh-oh cookie is. He's black on the inside and creamy on the outside. We already know. So there's no way possible Cooper Rush can have that same type of game. And they say, and Rush we trust and all this other stuff. Man, come on, let's be real with it. Because the reason why I say that, because I see the comments in these Cowboy fan blogs that we be on, and it's so sad that this man get that type of knock like that. And I hate it. Because I love the Cowboys for real. We should be satisfied that we win these games. We should be satisfied that we won the games without them. And we should be even more satisfied that we're in the position that we're in, bro. I don't believe the Eagles are going to stay at 6-0 or 7-0 or whatever. We're going to win this division. And yes, we're going to the playoffs. When we get to the playoffs, the defense got to play the same way and play a little bit harder. We got to turn up the offense and let Zeke loose. I'm going to tell you like this, and then I'm done. I went back last night and looked at Zeke rushing yards and attempts each year.
Right.
Listen, Scott Linehan knew how to use Zeke. He wasn't that great with the passing. But if Kellen Moore can adopt what Linehan did with Zeke and apply it with the passing that he wants to do so bad with Dak, bro, come on, man. I still believe Zeke can be a 1,200-yard rusher this day. Point blank period.
Man.
Tell me I'm lying.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying at all, y'all.
Tell me I'm lying.
Man, you ain't lying, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in, man. Let me hear you say it before I let you rock, though, fam.
How about your mama jamming Cowboys, baby? We on our way. Let's do this.
Let's get it, man. That's my guy, man. Always. And he ain't want to plug. See, he's so nice. Man, you don't want to plug what you're doing and anything. That's good, though. Man, I got to let you go. Appreciate you, man. That's a good call from him. All right, so we got Mike, man. You live.
What's going on, Rob? What's going on?
Nah, everything, man. Just Grinding, man. Grinding is normal, man. As I'm talking to you, I'm grinding. I'm looking up film and everything. All right, so what's good? What's good? What you got? What you got, fam?
Shoot, man, I'm just calling in. I'm gonna keep it short for you, bro. Because I'm gonna temper everything because we just played the Lions. We're supposed to win that game. I don't care if Cooper Rush is in there. I don't care if I was in there. We should have won that.
Okay.
One thing I'm gonna say, I understand they want to adapt that Scott Linehan type of run style. I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think that we had a better O-line coach, and they were teaching a lot of double team blocks to get to the second level.
Right.
That would definitely help, instead of trying to single block, because I think they got a lot comfortable with your boy Tyler Smith, because Tyler Smith is the pancake of everything that has been on his side since game one.
Right.
So I think they're giving him his own little space over there, and he's doing a hell of a job. I don't blame him.
Right.
But I don't want to fix what's not broke. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Tony Pollard is breaking his runs. Zeke, I'm not going to say he's used up, but I think his first year, he damn near carried the ball 400 times. You know what I'm saying? And running backs, really on the last 3 years, we got our 3-4 good years with Zeke. And now Zeke has become, Tony has become the stud back, and Zeke just is that powerhouse for us, man. I love the way I see Zeke running this season. I do not want to change anything at all. Just continue to hand that man the ball.
Right.
You can forgive 15 rushes for 52 yards when my man got 2 touchdowns on top of it. You don't need to change that. That's 14 points he produced. Are we going for yards or are we going for points? Because we went for yards last year and we lost in the first round. I like the grittiness. I like just hard time people, and we just moving their ass and dragging their ass all the way down until they can't take it no more, man. That is my style of football. That's how I grew up playing football. That's how I like watching football.
Beat them into submissions, right?
Yeah, I like the grittiness. I came from that era of the hard knocks, bro. ESPN used to have a segment called Jacked Up. I mean, we can't do none of that no more, like you did what I'm saying, but I like a replica of it, which is what Dallas is doing right now. And the only thing I'm going to say, bro, is, man, I'm so happy that my boy Noah Brown is not hurt, because that goddamn hit was goddamn amazing. I've never seen anybody somersault like that. Right. And I don't blame him for fumbling that ball, because I would have fumbled that shit to save my goddamn neck, too.
Yeah, he think about that laying on that neck, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in, Mike, man. Thank you, man, for being a long time listener to the show, man. I thank you, man. Thank you so much, man.
Have a good one, man. How about the Cowboys?
How about them, baby? Appreciate you, man. I already got 2 more callers, and then I'm going to roll. I got the 281, you're live, and then we have the 901. 281, you're live.
Yeah, hello, all. Thank you, my philosopher, football analyst. You going to lay something on us at the end of the show?
Uh-huh.
Some deep thoughts?
What's that?
Hey, no, I was just saying that at the end of the show, you're going to lay us some
I'll try to put some pieces together on that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I hang on for, to hear you at the end there. Moore, I don't know, what do we do with Moore, man? Because look at it this way, Turpin. Kavonte Turpin's got so much potential, and he's not using it. And if you bring him in just for a reverse, and you're not using them to catch the ball, then they're going to sift that out right away. I mean, he's got so much speed and cutting ability. If you drop a few balls in him like in a button hook and he catches, and then the DB's going to have to, try to close up a little bit to stop that. And then with his burst of speed, and drop the ball with Dak Prescott's touch and accuracy and power in his arm, he can put that ball on him. This Mike Fisher guy, he's always down on Kavonte Turpin because his catch radius ain't big enough. Man, with speed like that, he can put the ball way out there and he can run up to it. Don't have to worry about it being intercepted. I just don't get it.
Yeah, and I know it's 2 different worlds, like the USFL And TCU, Turpin was used as a wide receiver, not as a gadget guy. I think the Cowboys, Kellen Moore may not know how to utilize Kavonte Turpin. I think in the USFL or whatever he was playing at before, he was like second in receiving yards too. So I just think that the philosophy of the offense just need to give this man a chance. And he could jump out of the building. I mean, the dude is athletic. He turned back with flips and stuff like that. It's just that the Cowboys just don't know how to use Kavonte Turpin in a passing style offense.
And that's a shame. Anyone who doubts me, go on YouTube after the show and look up highlights of Ernest Givens for the Oilers.
Yeah.
Similar build, similar skill set, and that man would light it up. I mean, you can see Kavonte Turpin just hitting to the end zone 2-3 times a game if they only gave him a chance. And then that would give the other receivers, better opportunities because that really draw out the DBs, which way do we go? Anyway, that's all I had.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
How about them Cowboys?
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, man. That's automatic. Didn't even have to ask him, man. I appreciate you, fam. That's a good call from him. And last but not least, we got from the 901. You're live.
Law Nation, what's up, baby?
Nothing to it, Chief. You've been waiting down there and said, man, when I'm going to get picked on, man. I appreciate you for your patience. But you're here now. You're live.
I appreciate you having me, brother. I appreciate you having me. Hey, Law, I want to say a few things. Like, people all like the guy said before. If you listen to the people in the media, the Dallas Cowboys should put on uniforms. We should just say our season over with, put out something in mothball, and look at doing something next year.
Yeah.
Not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott, well, people don't understand. Dak Prescott, did he look the best? No, but he looked better.
Yeah.
Considering that first game that we played against Tampa Bay, Dak looked better. Mm-hmm. He made some throws in that game. I kid you not, man. Some throws to C.D. Lamb and whatnot. Man. And one commentator said, well, he took a chance throwing in the double coverage.
Right.
Well, first I'll say he can't throw unless the guy wide open. He can't throw a guy open. So make up y'all mind. Y'all gonna find some kind of criticism about this guy no matter what he does.
They gonna find everything about Dak Prescott. Hey man, his toenail, if you see he took his sock off, you see that toenail is kind of crooked to the side. Breaking news, you know what I'm saying? So Dak Prescott gonna be always the most scrutinized quarterback ever to play in the National Football League. It's just how it goes until he can win a Super Bowl and beyond. It will always be that way, because like I said, I literally said this before it happened. Dak Prescott can't go 10 for 16 for 102 yards, and we win because they will say, hey, the defense carried them, right? Now, we were having a parade when we had that a couple of weeks ago. And I said that Dak Prescott can't go 15 for 25 for 155 yards, right? And no tub or one tub because, they'd be like, hey, man, come on, where the 300 yards at? And literally, Dak Prescott went 76 completion percentage, 113 passer rating, only missed 6 passes. Hey, yeah, he threw the ball and it was into triple coverage, but it was like a give-up play basically, because it was on a certain down and out distance that you was just trying to see something if it can shake. But people would still say, hey, man, look at him, man. He sucked on a horrible win. So that's just how it goes, man.
That is how it goes. And another thing I want to hit on, I heard one of these pro experts, so to speak, Dallas is the only team that didn't score 27 points on Detroit. But did we win?
Right.
Did we win?
Did we win? Hey, did they bring up the fact that the other teams, they probably won by 3 points? One team won by 1 possession. So they don't bring up that. They just bring up things to slight the Cowboys. And they love to water down things, man. I get it, I get it, right? Detroit was considered a powerhouse on the offense before we played them. And then after we played them, hey, man, Jared Goff sucks. You know what I'm saying? That team sucked. Everybody on the offense sucked. You know what I'm saying? So now, not just the offense sucked, or not just the defense sucked, now the offense and the defense suck. It's just crazy to me,
It's crazy. Now, I'm not going to give long, but I want to say this, Law. Now, think about this. Think about all the things that Dak has gone through since he's been in the league. lost his mama, lost his brother to all these things, broke leg, broke thumb, all these things. And this man, still has persevered to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He still has to fight off all that mental stuff and all the emotional stuff to play football in the NFL.
Right.
Here's Tom. He's going through family issues, and he looks horrible.
Yeah.
But look at how that first he was the GOAT, but now they criticize him so badly now. But I made those comparisons to say this: people love you when you're doing what they feel like you should do.
Right.
The minute something goes wrong, people will trample on you.
Yeah.
They don't love you, but I'm gonna tell you about the Cowboy Nation though. Man, we love the Cowboys. Rain, sleet, snow, dead or alive, resurrected, came back. We still love our Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
That's something other franchises don't have, man.
Mm-hmm.
Irregardless of what all these other sportscasters, pros, all these men say, hey, man, we Dallas Cowboys for life. We don't change. Hey, we bleed that blue and gray. If you cut me right now, one arm gonna bleed blue, the other arm gonna bleed gray. So I'm in there for life.
Yeah.
Hey,
you already know.
How about them Cowboys from Memphis, Tennessee? Cowboy Nation still alive, baby.
Yes, indeed. Memphis, Tennessee, baby. Yes, indeed. He was the last caller. And then I got some film that I'm going to jump in, dive in, and do and everything else. But I want you guys to understand that that's just how it goes with the Cowboys. Shout out to us with the philosophy. I don't give a dog what his stat line is, Jonathan Hankins. Right? We looking for a big body down inside that can add into this rotational piece. Anything that's on the defensive side of the coin, I sit back and I watch. You know what I'm saying? Because there could be another player that Dan Quinn get his hands upon, right? That all of a sudden we look at it and we'll say to ourselves, all right, cool. And let me look at the compensation that we gave up to get Big Boy. All right, so the Cowboys acquired defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins from the Las Vegas Raiders and a 7th-round draft pick in 2024 in exchange for a 6th-round pick in the next year's draft. So a source with knowledge of the trade confirmed move was discussed Monday's personal meetings as a club acknowledged to improve run defense. So that's Jonathan Hankins, baby. All right, so let's see if I can pull up his stats and his accolades and stuff like that and give you guys some analysis of this before I jump into some film reviews of his overall skill set. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. All right, so far for the season, he have roughly about 113 snaps or 120 snaps, close to that, not a lot. 4 solo tackles, 5 assists. Let's see, no sacks, 1 hit, 1 pressure. That's all he had for the 2022 season, and we know that the Raiders are a shell of themselves. Last season, he had 20 solo tackles, 15 assists. Let's see what else he had. 0 sacks, 8 pressures, 2 hits. That's from his perspective. 6'3", 340 pounds. So that's a big boy. And let's see what he did in the year 2020. Year 2020, he had 1 sack, 38 solos, 12 assists, and 14 total pressures. All right, so you're not going to get 5 to 10 sacks from this guy. He's an interior plug. He's a guy that moves stuff out of the way, and he allow your linebackers to run, hit, chase, and hit. There's also other news, Cowboy Nation, that now this week they will allow Damone Clark to be elevated to the 53-man roster or the active day roster. So that's other good news for us, right? So now I'm looking at this like this, Cowboy Nation. Maybe not this week, but maybe next week you start seeing some rotations of number 33 out there in the mix. And what better way then you would have a rotational piece out of Big Bo and Jonathan Hankins. I'm looking at this thing like this, Cowboy Nation, that when you look for most sacks in a game, normally it happens on the latter part of the game, like in the late thirds, in the early fourth quarters, or throughout the fourth quarter when you get the sacks. But what you want to do is look at it from this perspective too. Hear me out. Hear me out. You look at it like if you have big boys inside. I seen 91 get washed out, and that's Watkins, right? What's his name? Watkins for us. Carlos Watkins. I seen him get flushed out. I've seen when Big Bo, he need a spell. I think Big Bo will still be your starter, but you need another big guy to get in that you won't see that big hiccup when the big boy is gone. I think that, and when you look at Carlos Watkins, he's more of a 3-tech guy that was converted into being a 1-tech, and we didn't have another 1-tech outside of, dare I say, Big Bo, and Big Bo get worn down. So why not go out there and get a veteran guy by the name of Jonathan Hankins who can be that rotational 1-tech guy, right? We like Neville Gallimore, but in my opinion, even with him, he's more of the mold or the build of being a 3-tech that was trying to play 1-tech. So that's a different in philosophy. You need help up front. You win games up front, and the Cowboys are not sitting on their hands and saying, hey, let's wait till next year to figure this thing out with this defensive tackle. No, they're trying to roll the dice and see what they can get out of it this year. Cowboy Nation, and I really appreciate you so much. How old is he? He's a long tooth, in my opinion. Let me see how old he is. Y'all bear with me. Somebody put Jonathan Hankins' age in the chat because I don't see it here. I don't have his age here, but it's a long tooth, I can tell you that. For my guy Brian Bradford. Don't forget about Osa. Osa's more of a 3-tech. He's 30. He's 30, right? He's 30. Yep, and I will do a Kendall Sheffield in a few. Cowboy Nation, this was a beautiful episode. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to check out. Shout out to you, my guy Jay Form. He's 30. You know, so don't y'all talk about age because y'all was banging on the table saying that you wanted my guy Sue, and I'm not saying that he's a Sue, and Sue is more of a 3 than a 1-2. So let's go, Cowboy Nation. He's 30. I think D Law is 30. So let's go with it, Cowboy Nation. But it's still a long tooth. It's still a long tooth. But we ain't asking him to be the starter, by the way. I think that they're going to look at this thing as, hey, be a bridge or something, man. Help us out down the stretch. I think that he's better than Carlos Watkins at that spot and at that role, right? Validations. I tell people all the time, validation is only good for parking. A lot of people will roll with you, but when you get in trouble, they look at it like, nah, man, you can handle that by yourself, you know. Hey, man, I don't know this guy, you know. I never even heard of him, you know. And then people say, hey, wait a minute, you even sound like the guy. Nah, man, I don't know this guy. I never seen him before. And then a lot of people look for things, right? There was a certain leader over 2,000 years ago that graced this beautiful place. And they said, what synagogue he got his training from? Huh? We didn't see him in school. How this man say that he the son of man, right? We don't see any degrees behind his name, no doctor's scholarship or none of that stuff. We can look back. People are always looking at your resume. They always trying to figure out ways to discount you. And even if I can see the things that's happening, some people would turn a blind eye, a deaf ear to it, right? And we can see some things. Feeding over 2,000 people with a piece of bread and fish. But when you're in trouble, those 2,000 people didn't even account for to help. When you're in trouble, those people that saw that man walking on water didn't stand into the gap to fight. And I look at some of the Cowboy Nation just to say, Cowboys be falling down, y'all so quick to run. Shame. All we do is don't win when it matters the most. But this is the point in time that you uplift your team. We're 5-2, not 2-5. Yes, we need this to happen and that to happen. We need to stand tall. I tell people you got to be like a prize fighter. Even when you're down, you got to continue to swing. You never know. And this past weekend, Parsons exemplified that, exhibit that with great resilience, fighting through and playing through the echoes of the whistle. Stopped the man down at the 1. And then the very next play, D-Long was able to create a fumble. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty or famish of fame or ESPN headlines said the Cowboys traded with the former divisional rival, shaking my head. Shout out to you, Jay Form. Thank you for that. But if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it, with the help of Almighty, you will get it, Cowboy Nation. Let's stay focused. Let's continue to deliver the fire. Y'all hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to listen in to nothing but the best Cowboys news reporting on this side of this world. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing, and I mean just that, nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go get this thing. Fight. Hey, I see you down there.
Finish him.
Finish. Yeah, J-Dog with the J.
Nowadays, nothing really excites
me. Nothing really excites me. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go, baby. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Sub. Let's go, DC for life, not for short.
Hit the door and the dome and just whole team here might need some.
Roll credits, baby. Shout out to all.
If you're down in my management,
come on.
I'm just warming up, wait till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause
Daichi, we on Lock Nation, appreciate you. Shout out to you, Chris 214, Marylon, and Ramon, William, the Ghost of Judah Tribe. Appreciate you too. Thank all their support. Shout out to Cowboys Experience and everybody else. Data, Yoda, let's go. Come on.
I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days.
Law.
I might make it rain today.
Might make it rain, baby. Be sure.
Take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale.
Not all.
Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest?
Y'all know who the realest is. Come on.
Acting, you go play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up.
Ooh.
Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food.
You need some milk too.
All on love, acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news.
Shout out to the VIPs, baby. Let's get it. Come on.
Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on blinging she.
Put some flashes on. Let me put my shades on, baby.
No photos, no, please, no photos. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's
Come on.
Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on blinging she. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, please, no photos.
Come on. Now it's time to hit that subscribe button, share this content. If you watched all the way to this point and you have not hit that like and you didn't share this content, come on, man. What's wrong with you? Come on, man.
Shame. Shame.
Come on, baby. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Shame.
Y'all killing me over here, man. Come on, man. Let's get on out of here. Let's slow it down just a little bit, baby. Shout out to you. My guy Brandon said, you the realest. The illest. From the South, baby. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. imitated, never duplicated. Law Nation, stand up. Cowboy Nation, Gina. Imitation's the greatest form of flattery. Come on. Put some fire down here, baby. Riding in the 88 Cutlass, baby. And you. Hit you all alone. Them street lights hitting, baby. As we rock out, if I offended anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. I follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do, play it too. 7 years of a perfect love, 7 more and another one, and another one. Check out this on iTunes as well. Support me on all platforms. Facebook, iTunes, Instagram, and more. Hit you all alone. It's dangerous. Can't rush perfection, baby. If you missed the live from yesterday, let me know. I didn't go live yesterday.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Really doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Let's go. DC for life. Salute.